All right, welcome back to the shipyard, and a bit of a scramble audible call here. Well, mostly because Craig didn't show up. Craig.
Tootsie
Yeah.
frutti.
So yeah, thank you, Craig Ferguson. We miss you. Although he's doing a new show, that would be cool. But anyways,
cool.
Yeah,
I'm making nachos. That's what I'm doing.
there you go, Tucker. Make those nachos.
Nacho cheese.
So, Modifius puts out a magazine every month, 2 months, something like that. And in it, they tend to put like a little short, like one-off convention type story or something you can throw in the middle of your campaign. And I was reading this one, and I'm like, this would be kind of cool. I like it.
Nice.
A lot of kind of intrigue, some discovery stuff to be done, and I'm like, I think this works for you guys. You guys are very
David, Discovery isn't as good as Orville.
That's a debate to be had later, because
But,
the last few episodes of Discovery have been really, really, really good.
That's apples and or villages.
Or villages?
Yeah.
You almost pulled it
villages.
How
I know.
leave
I was
the
trying.
punch to me.
Well, we still need not fear the banana.
It was a loaded banana.
Well, while we're off topic, I just want to say that having never actually heard the word said before, I have been dyslexicing the hell out of whatever that company name is for the entirety of my life. I always would have sworn it was Mophidius.
Oh no, it's Modifius.
It's the Mophidian cane.
I have learned something today, and it has already been worth it.
Huzzah! Yes. The only reason I know how to pronounce it properly is because I've watched videos that they have produced, and they say Modifius. So.
Well, as we both know from Warp Core Breach and Shipyard and all that, David isn't always the best at figuring out how to pronounce things, but he does his best.
And he,
you know what?
He commits.
Just say. There you go. You just got to say it with confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hey, it was Joachim for a long time, or no, it was Joachim for a long time.
Joachim.
It should have been Joachim.
Sounds Klingon.
So actually,
yeah.
True story. Joachim is actually the Hebrew name where that comes from. So you're not totally wrong.
And I believe in Wrath of Khan, he does say Joachim.
He says I watched it in the theater where you can really hear it, and he does say it. I don't know if he's trying to say it correctly. He's saying it correctly, but it does sound like he says Joachim or well, say it like that. And I just sat there and went, no.
Joachim Alfinane.
He does not say Joachim.
No. In Space Seed, he does.
Yes. So I guess it all depends on what version of the card you're looking at.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's not a Space Seed version of the card.
It's true.
Yeah.
Fair point.
Gen Con is the only. Both the promo ones have been MovieCon.
Mm.
It's actually really upsetting to me because I actually think that SpaceyCon is way more interesting than MovieCon. I mean, I love the Moby Dick references. Don't get me wrong, but I just love that moment where it's like, "We gave the world order."
Yes.
And I'm like, "Yes, validate my undergraduate thesis."
Well, just Ricardo Montalban's just awesome in general.
He is indeed.
Mm-hmm.
But that is a total diversion of everything. So, to set the stage, in our proper timeline, you're all still on a train towards Bajor because of Q. Or
what? Bajor? Spoilers.
No, you know that. Q has sat you down and said, hey, you're all going to Bajor.
Oh, well, that's new.
Yeah, that's a pretty Bajor spoiler.
Well, someone didn't get on the train, Tucker.
Admiral Q-Way, wouldn't you like a trip to Bajor?
Yes, Q. The episode title tonight was going to be "How Would You Like a Trip to Bajor?"
Ah.
Stopping by Ryza to pick up Zip.
No. Zip is not going to Bajor. Sorry, John. you will have business to deal with on board the Hadfield.
Oh man,
Yep.
that seems like a major loss on his part.
It is, but
You can hope for it to end.
Yeah, but while you guys got tortured, I pretty much just binged watched TV shows on the Paradise Planet for 3 days.
he
Drinking
watched
the
Star
whole time.
Wars.
You say tortured.
Yeah, John
Well,
actually
as far as I
stopped
know,
and watched Star Wars, so that is now part of Star Trek
Pinocchio.
canon. Yeah, and Pinocchio, because he met a gigantic cricket named Jiminy.
Yummy.
I don't remember Jiminy
Well,
being gigantic
no,
in
but
Pinocchio.
it stands to reason, right? That it like if Star Trek is the real plotline, right? Then why wouldn't Star Wars have been a thing?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was the 20th century played out just the same until about the mid 90s, until the eugenics war.
Yeah,
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mostly the same, you know.
So
Hell, Voyager went back to 95 or 96, and it was identical. So.
Hey, it's possible.
we still
it's
have yet to
possible
prove
that the
that-
eugenics war may have gotten its ideas from the Clone Wars of Star Wars.
No,
I mean, we
because
still
they never
haven't-
would have happened.
We still haven't
Movies
proved yet
were
that
released
sanctuary cities will not exist.
yeah, true.
So
We're getting,
guys,
yeah, we're getting there.
Star Trek is so utopian. It is a plot line. It is a universe where the prequels don't exist. That's how utopian Star Trek is.
Probably no special editions either. It's just
Okay. My reference to the Clone Wars has nothing to do with the movie, The Clone Wars. It's the reference to them in the original movies.
Yeah, but describe what
sure.
it is.
Are we saying that parallel universe doesn't have the prequels to Star Wars?
Yes.
There's at least one.
Mm. Everything is possible.
There's at least one
Whatever.
universe where the prequels never existed.
Because
There's
of
at least
horrible-
one universe where we actually are our characters.
I don't
That's
feel like that's
worst
entirely
universe.
possible.
Anything's possible, especially with Q.
I feel like I'm the one who really loses out on that proposition.
Wait. No, you're forgetting Tucker. I'm also Tess in that universe.
No, Tess is fine.
I'm a clone that lives like 6 years at best.
I think I'm a clone
mentally
now.
scarred former Borg victim.
I mean, at least when you're a Borg, you're never bored.
I mean,
I
but
would
that
have
makes,
probably asked for a transfer on day one.
that makes me a hot redhead with daddy issues.
Does he seriously have daddy issues?
How you doing?
Wait,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you missed the daddy episode. Yeah,
sorry, spoiler alert.
Really?
I mean, wait, David, how is that different than you are now?
Whoa, hey, hey.
Just
Left
kidding.
field,
maybe.
yeah.
Hey, guys, I need cooking advice. Should I put salsa on before or after the nachos go in the microwave?
After.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thanks.
Oh yeah.
Wow, there was no doubt on that. There was like,
We've tested this.
We've had to tell the replicators this multiple times. Dip the nachos at 80 degrees Celsius, and
The proteins
salsa
go on
at
before
10
and get
degrees
cooked.
Celsius.
Right.
The veggies go on after.
And
stay
if you
cool.
do any of it wrong, it is nacho lucky day.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
you did not go there.
He
I
did.
never
That's
repairing
so
your
bad.
replicator.
But I fear that he did.
It was a mighty
That's
fear.
okay. I'll be the heat score for you. Run, be free.
Beef?
I'll buy
Free?
you some time.
Oh, God.
Now there's so many dad jokes going on. Stop.
How are they dead?
There's a
jokes?
universe in which we are all dads,
No.
including Emily. Our life is nothing but dad jokes.
So not only do you
Bad dad jokes.
Not only do you get a role play tonight, you get puns and you get some minor cooking advice. I'm not sure if I should market this or like edit
This is definitely
the
an anime
first,
at this point.
yeah, or like edit out the first 20 minutes of this show. But
Yes.
It's live. It broadcasted. We can't. It happened.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
well, we're
Can't
not
stop the
broadcasting.
Serenity.
This isn't Twitch. It's not always,
Fox
saved. Oh,
did.
wait. YouTube does. Never mind.
Nick Fox stopped Serenity.
It lives on. And it's people.
There's a parallel universe where Fox did not stop Serenity.
Yeah,
but
I
feel like
That's actually one where I would challenge because I think short of maybe like Earth X, not the Nazi Earth X, where Fox rules everything.
Megacorp Shadowrun Fox.
Okay, but wait.
Snake.
And what about this? Okay, let me just throw something at you. What if season 2 had been bad?
See, that's the point.
Then there would be a parallel universe where it was good and a parallel universe where it was bad.
But
Correct.
Isn't it good that it stopped when it did in the sense that we have this thing that is now complete in a sense and.
Okay, let's be reasonable here and realistic.
Look, I'm still waiting for season 5 of Reboot.
That's partly why it was so good.
Well, no, I mean Firefly is problematic, right? Like it's an allegory for Confederate soldiers, so there's problems with it.
Oh, for sure.
I was perfectly fine with 10 seasons of Stargate SG-1. I would be perfectly fine no matter how 5 seasons of Firefly ended.
As far as I'm concerned, SG-1 ends after season 8.
You didn't like the new leader guy?
I didn't like any. Literally, okay.
It's the aura.
She told me they're gonna add a cast member, and it's gonna be one of the people. And I literally said the least out of everybody who appeared in all 8 seasons of that show, the one I would want least to be was that fucking pilot woman.
Hey, I like her.
Oh, the one from Farscape?
Yeah.
Yes.
Aaron Soon. Claudia Black. Yep. I think she's really cool. And she even did the voice of a character in a number of the Uncharted games.
I thought she was fine, but then again, I also liked Wormhole Extreme.
Wormhole Extreme was amazing.
So if the listeners aren't getting their nerd on from all this, then I'm sorry. Maybe there's another reality for you.
Welcome to a brief history of broadcast sci-fi of the last 20 years.
Can you tell we have no fun at all?
The only thing we've missed so far is Babylon 5.
Doctor Who.
I didn't miss Babylon 5.
No. Do not know.
If we're gonna have a Doctor Who off, I mean, we're really y'all are gonna be very be ready to.
We don't open the doors to that fandom. They're scary enough where they are.
Hey, Emily, favorite Doctor, go.
The next one. Always the next one. Whatever it is, it's always the next one.
I didn't hear the question. You were so intense.
Favorite Doctor.
Favorite Doctor. Okay, are we going, the reboot or original?
Reboot.
Well, it's not a reboot considering it's connected.
Well, kind
of.
But
we know what you mean.
You know what I mean.
Look, the answer
no,
is
you
didn't. Christopher Eccleston.
I like Tenet. He's very charming.
Oh, yeah.
He's a charming man.
I like Tenet too.
Convince me otherwise.
What?
Gosh.
Eccleston was good. I enjoyed it. I wish he had more seasons. Tenet was good.
Absolutely. I was so bummed when I heard Eccleston had quit that I actually had kind of like a few episodes where I wasn't really giving Tenet a shot because I was still mourning Eccleston.
Yeah.
What about when Billy Piper left?
So wait, your favorite Doctor?
He's hilarious.
Your favorite Doctor is Barty Crouch?
Yeah. No. Kilgrave.
Oh, he's so good as Kilgrave.
Oh yeah.
He's so creepy as Kilgrave. I can't watch that I can watch one episode and then I need to go and
shower.
I cannot wait for the next season.
Hey David, remember when we were playing a Star Trek game?
No. No, because we haven't actually started.
The only person who I'm seeing who has not been a Doctor yet and should have been is Jeffrey Combs.
Oh man, he would have been awesome as anything. To be fair,
I am really excited about a female Doctor. I know that some there was some sexism involved online. Some of the nerds were not okay with it. I'm like, calm down.
I'm not
I
okay with
also
them.
find acceptable Jeffrey
canonically
Combs being a companion.
We already had an unofficial female doctor.
Yeah, you had the master was a female, and she was good.
Oh, Michelle Gomez, fantastic. I want her to be in a Star Trek episode. So come on, Michelle, be in Discovery next season. Come on.
Yeah. She was so insane. It was great.
Oh, can you imagine if she played Harry Mudd's wife? Harcourt Fenton Mudd.
Oh, she'd been much better than the one we got.
Okay,
She's too young.
So I am now canonizing this entire conversation as what's taking place on the bridge of on the bridge of the Hadfield.
Okay.
We were
all watching some
ancient Earth
retro
science fiction as historical anthropology, and now all of a sudden we're on the Orville.
Lieutenant, I must insist that your repeated insistence that Tennant is better than Eccleston is entirely illogical.
Jeffrey Combs nailed the Vorta. I'm telling you, he could see the future.
You're all so bored because you've been traveling in space for weeks and nothing has happened. There's no
stars outside even.
Ooh.
You're not in the void. You're not in the void.
And as long as we don't never travel at the speed of salamander.
Nor the speed of sound. Yeah. No,
nor ludicrous speed.
You're just cruising along at like warp 7. All's good. The engines have been...
Wait. I have a log for this, David.
Okay.
First officer, what's the star date?
Whatever.
Yeah.
Supplemental.
Supplemental. Got it.
Star date supplemental.
First officer's log supplemental. We have now at this point spent 1 month, 3 weeks, 3 days, 2 hours, and 52 minutes without a significant interaction with another ship, stellar phenomena, or extraplanar entity. I am, despite my concerns, considering reactivating the ship's holodeck. Despite the repeated insistence of engineer Zip that it may, quote, go online, gain sentience, and kill us all, I must confess that I am tempted, simply because of the possibility of diversion for the crew.
This ain't no Galaxy class.
So
specifically 55831.047.
Ooh.
Please go to 3 decimal places.
We all know how the Moriarty story went. Now we want to see if the ship can face off against Vin Diesel.
Well, there was 2 cases in TNG where an element of the ship gained sentience.
All of them
Moriarty,
combined.
And that really weird one with it looked like one of those kids' toys where the beads kind of slide around it.
Oh, Emergence with the train?
Right, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We do not speak of that with outsiders.
And the ship continues through space.
Star trekking across the universe, fully going forward because we can't find reverse.
Will you stop singing that song?
Ship's counselor's log. I am not worried about ship-wide insanity. I think we've reached the point where we've exhausted all normal forms of communication and have now entered into that stage where everything everybody says to everybody else is annoying.
I've read the logs of Captain Kirk. That is completely inaccurate.
Gill to the bridge. I do believe we're suffering from the Psi 2018 virus.
I just watched that episode.
Nice.
I know something that gets on everybody's nerves.
Permission to open all the airlocks, Captain.
Grant, as long as it stops that noise.
All right, somebody
This
give
episode
me...
is now called Cabin Fever.
Ooh, that would be good. Somebody give me an insight science roll.
Done.
Meet no.
One success and one complication.
That's not good. It was difficulty 3.
Oh, I rolled a 1 and a 20.
I rolled an 8 and a 20.
Really? You guys are just gonna keep piling on here?
I mean, you didn't say what the difficulty was, so we didn't think we had to add any dice to it.
I was just hoping.
Well, we're at 3 successes and 2 complications between the two of us.
Well, if you want to add insult to inquiry,
I do.
I see what you did there.
So I'm gonna bank my threat, or my complications is threat. Thank you very much.
so all you got to do, David, whenever you gain threat, just go cha-ching.
Okay, I like that. Cha-ching. Cha-ching.
You have a little bucket that you put coins in, and you just drop one in every time, just loud enough so we can hear it.
You guys,
Bitcoin?
I put refried beans on these nachos, and it was the best idea ever.
Oh my God! Yes.
Here,
Always.
let's see if this makes a loud enough noise.
Not bad. Sounds kind of wooden though.
It is. That's into my dice tray.
It sounds like a sound bite from certain video games I've played.
You got some clay poker chips?
Well, I want to use the actual threat tokens.
There's actual threat tokens?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Acrylic.
Oh yeah.
Well, I think you should have metal threat tokens because they're just that much more awesome.
Try tossing it on glass or
Premium
metal.
threat.
Metal threat tokens.
You got a pie tin somewhere?
That's
Hold
so
on.
metal.
Better.
If you had a hollow glass container where it just dinged and resonated, it would be.
Yeah.
Okay, but what the hell is going on?
Well,
I have no
We
idea.
failed.
I don't know what's happening.
We've done lost our minds. There's no going back now. This
all
is
right.
The last mission of the Hadfield.
is gone.
I'll give it to you this way. Yorin, you're picking up a very faint alert, a signal,
Cut the music for a second, guys. I'm getting something.
a distress signal.
I think it's a distress signal from hearing our singing. No,
Yes.
wait, that can't possibly be right.
It would be louder if it was for your CEO.
Wait. Hold on.
Has somebody been pumping marijuana smoke through the ventilation
No.
system?
Hold on.
Guilty.
No. It's a Star Trek. It would have to be an alien variety of marijuana, like Eldorian marijuana, or
Quadrotrita marijuana, Kaylee.
I figured it'd be a good time to test my theory about what happens when subjects are in isolation about their psychological states when given psychotropic drugs.
Hey, this is Bart from the Bee Planet. Can you guys stop broadcasting your singing and nonsense talk?
Nope, I was right.
Okay,
It was a distress.
You're not
signal
supposed to smoke the mycelium network.
Like
Hey,
really?
Don't
really,
tell me about my nonsense talk. My nonsense talk got me a religion made after me. So
you guys really need to
That's
calm
true.
it down here. Like, look, we're just trying to hibernate, make some honey. It's all good here, but you guys are broadcasting
honey.
everything you're doing on all subspace frequencies. Like, I don't know if somebody hit the wrong button or what, but I thought you guys were
Somebody
supposed to.
was
Yorn
leaning
looks
on-
down. Yorn looks down and sees that his elbow has been on the panel the entire time on the broadcast button. Casually slides it off.
Hailing frequencies closed.
And that's how we deal with a complication in a fun way.
Yeah. Oh. So happy to be here playing with you guys.
I was genetically engineered to resist all kinds of this mental attacks. I don't understand how this happens when there's not even an enemy.
Yorin, on your display screen, you see, by the way, Hadfield B Planet is located at these coordinates. Come back soon. Tell Chief Zip hi.
B planet.
That was
Just
my
like a
throat.
letter B, or like the animal.
It's spelled out B-E-E.
I believe
Ancient
that
Earth
I do
movie
not wish
about
to-
this once.
I believe that I do not wish to visit that planet after that movie you forced upon me several weeks ago. What was it called? The
B-NATO?
movie?
Oh.
I
That was
couldn't-
very
I know.
illogical.
One of
was
the
an
Have
lieutenants.
video? Did
One
you
of
have
the
a video where
lieutenants-
it doubled in speed every time the word "B" was used in the dialogue?
It is an incredibly inefficient and illogical waste of medical resources to give a hospital bed to a single insectoid creature.
A Zindi reptilian looks over at you and goes, "Hey, some of my brothers are insectoids."
Oh,
That was not meant as a racial remark, Ensign.
Apology accepted, Apology accepted, Commander.
Expected. Great Freudian.
Expected and accepted.
We're not all crazy. It's the rest of the universe that's crazy.
Okay, now
Another distress signal? A real one?
an actual distress signal.
Oh, sorry, I had this other one on hold, guys. Hold on, this one sounds important.
On hold.
Good thing we have call waiting.
Hey, have you ever seen a conference call in Star Trek? I don't think so.
I've seen the split screen.
Yes, but that's not automatic. That'd just be inefficient.
Automagical.
I think it was actually efficient for them to do the split screen.
You don't want to talk to a Romulan and a Klingon at the same time.
No, but it's when they had Martok, Cisco had Martok and the Admiral on the same screen.
Breenac?
No.
The most
Oh,
efficient possibility would be to link your minds in a neural link, obviously.
If it were that easy to conference call people, they would be having the Admiral online every time they ran into a ship in the neutral zone.
Okay, even the binars are inefficient by Borg standards.
Thank you for that idea. I
Are
appreciate
there binar
that.
ports?
You're welcome.
Uh-oh. That's never a good sign.
that idea will cost you a threat token.
No, maybe we get
Okay.
a.
No, that's how our other complication has now been used.
Okay, fine. Fine, I'll spend a thread on a future idea.
Whenever you get
It's
a
not-
complication, all of a sudden something somewhere completely elsewhere in the universe goes bad for you.
Yep. Sure.
Oh, the Vogons again. They need another hyperspace bypass.
You had a complication on that joke you were trying to tell the bridge crew. All of a sudden, it gets broadcast to the Tholians in the parallel universe, and they come to get you.
All your defiance belong to us.
This is all your fault, Craig. All of your fault.
I'm gonna make
We love
Craig
you, Craig.
watch this episode, by the way, in all of its excruciating detail. All right. So the actual distress call.
Mhm.
Someone should answer that.
I'm reading it.
Do we have a visual?
It's audio.
Oh.
I'm
On
reading the
speaker.
transcript.
Poor eyesight. Use your ears.
On
No
speakers, Mr. Yoren.
On speakers.
Yeah, no visual.
Put it on speakers.
My name is Marina Lazopoulos. I've been trapped on a moon base on Cyrna by a rebellious computer. Yeah, it's as weird as it sounds.
I checked. Is this a recording or is this actual live broadcast?
Live.
Can we talk to her?
I would imagine so.
You can try.
This is Captain Roan
Because this was a signal, not necessarily a
of
hail.
the USS Hadfield. We receive your transmission. Can you tell us anything else about your situation?
Establishing two-way communications.
I've essentially been imprisoned for weeks.
How were you able to get through to us?
The computer has allowed me to send a call for help.
Hmm.
Well, that's not
If it
obvious.
is attempting to capture you, that would be most illogical.
Did it say you get one phone call?
Can we speak
Essentially,
with this computer intelligence?
It's something I learned from the human movies we watched last week.
the computer prefers to discuss things in person.
Captain, may I suggest we head over there?
It would be easier to explain everything in face-to-face.
I lock on to the signal's origin to discover where it is.
Contact Starfleet Command, inform them of our situation and that we are going to investigate.
Lieutenant Yorn, transfer coordinates to my home station.
I do so.
It's only about a light year away. Starfleet Command at this point is about a 4-day transmission through subspace.
But we have to send them our logs occasionally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Always good to leave a trail of breadcrumbs.
Sure.
It just means should anything happen to us, then they at least have a clue on where to look.
Fair
We
enough.
can't just drop probes everywhere we go whenever we get a distress call.
That's littering.
Space littering. There's signs up that say no
Called Earth
littering.
orbit.
Does that make the Federation the space police?
No.
That's what, the Vulcans?
Vulcans will give us a ticket.
Yep. Yeah, the Tuplanahoff lands on Earth and saying you're going too fast. better throttle down next time. Not how we expected first contact to go.
No. All right. Tommy,
lay in a course.
You want to lay in a course? You want to make a roll? It's difficulty 0. I'll let you gain momentum.
Ooh, Tani's going to actually help us instead of all the rest of our
better
rules,
spend.
which
Get
terrible.
some more dice. That's a tough one.
It's kind of scary when the DM's giving you momentum. So
Saying that we're going to need it.
It's a control con roll.
I think Tucker has been distracted by his nachos.
Oh no, I just didn't realize I was on mute. Sorry.
Oh, there we go.
Control. My control is
11?
17.
11. Yeah. Okay, so that's 16. Hang on.
Oh,
Yeah.
Close.
Close.
Well, this is what he does. It's not 16 or 17. He's done something wrong.
You're out of control.
The ship even assists you.
The ship can assist me.
Yeah.
It's supposed to, isn't it?
Yeah,
All right.
with its
It has hotkeys.
engines con. That sounds right.
Yeah. Hang on. Sorry, all my dice got messed up, so I have to dig through my box.
Oh, I was going to say, that sounded like he's rolling a heck of a lot of D20s there.
How many dice do you have?
This is a very important roll. He's going to give the DM 10 threat for 4 additional dice.
I've been gaming for 20 years. I have a lot of dice, and they're all on an old P10, which is gorgeous but loud.
I have something similar. Mine's like a multicolored treasure chest tin.
Y'all are adorable.
All right,
adorbs.
it was a gift from my mother.
Are we adorkable?
it used to be. Now not.
I don't know what happened.
David,
But...
in all seriousness, am I rolling for the ship? And if so, what's my target?
No, I rolled for the ship.
Okay. 16 or less. I don't think I have a specialty that relates to this.
I'll let you know.
Subspace navigation.
No, I don't have subspace navigation, and I'm not. Yeah, I should pick that up at some point if I get another thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no.
That's fine. Oh wow.
More complications.
Nope. 8 and 19. Very close.
Hey, so you gained 1 momentum.
Okay.
What,
The
the ship got nothing?
The ship rolled a 19.
Wow.
Oh, wow. We suck.
So Hey, get the bad rolls out early. That's what I said.
This is par for today. This is right on par with what's going on.
Out with the good rolls, in with the good. Out with the bad rolls, in with the good.
Sure.
Good
I
old
mean, you
Vulcan
can think that.
gaming mantra.
All right.
Wrong.
So, if anyone would like to do anything before you arrive at Cyrna,
Let's get somebody up here to clean up the bridge.
I mean, it's one
There's,
light year
like,
away. How long did it
nachos
take? Like 2 minutes?
dripping off the console there.
Hey, those weren't my nachos.
Not it, and I go back down to engineering.
Not it.
I gave the order, so I don't have to.
Yorin puts his finger on his nose and looks around.
yeah, nose.
Nose.
Guess that
Got
was
it.
Tucker.
Ani's side.
Other bridge officer is going, hey, I find that offensive because I don't have a nose.
Saurians don't have noses. They look like Voldemort.
Right?
Just put it where your nose would be if you had one.
Ta'ani sighs and turns to a duty roster. Crewman, please find somebody to clean up this mess.
Tani, would it not be more efficient for you to clean off your own console?
Oh snap!
Getting some cabin fever in here.
Ta'ani turns to glare and says, I am not the one who threw down a plate of these incredibly illogically constructed confections and said, and I quote, Lieutenant Commander, try this. You won't believe your taste buds. Furthermore,
And I was right. Right?
Not
Looking at
any
everybody and everybody nodding.
continue to insist that I do so after declining 7 times.
Yorin just turns quietly around back to his console like nothing happened.
Well, you didn't have to spit them all over your console after finally trying them.
Are you aware that the sense of taste is strongly linked to the sense of smell?
Oh my gosh!
Yes.
I will clean it just so I don't have to listen to this explanation. You've talked
And are you aware
light years about how you
Hey,
feel about not.
Lieutenant, stop Borg-splaining me.
wait,
Oh!
that Vulcans have an extremely acute sense of smell?
Yorin almost.
It's a wonder they put up with their salats then.
And I don't suppose you could possibly be aware of this. But are you aware, and Ta'ani pointedly does not look at the counselor, that a certain medical officer has ordered me to stop taking my nasal analgesics in attempt to, and I quote, promote better friendship and bonding with the crew?
He should have prescribed some chill pills too. Oh, I'm not on the bridge. Dang it!
That's
Good. You're not going to get court-martialed.
Look,
All right.
Fail to see the humor.
Tomorrow night, it's Indian food night.
I get it. I
We're gonna spice
failed
things
to
up.
see the humor in everything, but that was the whole point.
We
I
are
hope
not amused.
I hope there's a lowly crewman recording all this and going to send it straight to Shelby.
Oh, I opened up the recording function at my station.
Hello?
This is crew relations. I have to know these things too.
Well, I can't wait to see the report to the founders on this one and their response.
We lost to these idiots.
Yeah. That's about how that one's gonna go down.
This is definitely more of an Orville episode. Oh, yeah.
So I go to the replicator and replicate something to be able to clean off the thing and immediately start doing it.
Okay.
Because I'm so over it.
I mean, it's only going to take
Roll
us
for
about
cleaning.
10 hours to get the 1 light year at warp 7.
All right, as you've gone over to the replicator,
Wait. Counselor, while you are at the replicator, may I request that you also replicate me some nasal analgesics? Or would that further limit my bonding experience with the crew?
I'll replicate you some anal analgesics.
And you know Tiani heard that in those ears.
Good ears.
And Bjorn heard it too, probably.
I won't have you questioning my counseling diagnostics in front of the crew. If you want to talk about it, you can talk about it in the session.
I did not wish to talk about it. That is why I had to be ordered to attend these sessions. She goes back to working.
Look, there is not enough time between now and forever to explain to you why, but you need to just take the process seriously. And considering the fact that I am half Vulcan and I'm cleaning up your mess, I think you ought to learn how to be grateful.
I agree, Counselor. Discussing your processes are an inefficient use of time.
I'm just waiting for the episode where Tani pulls off someone's leg as a prank.
Okay, so at this point, you're now at Cyrna.
And just before we arrive, the captain goes to his armchair console or reaches over to it, and he enters an order from Zorg Industries for the updated Roomba.
Okay,
hey, we have flying. This is the second edition exocomp we're getting here.
We'll have that for you on Tuesday.
I get to engineering and realize why Q gave me a 3-day vacation before this mission and silently whisper if I can go back, and hopefully he hears me.
I mean, technically this is like months after that, but
soon enough. You just hear from like the middle of the warp core.
All right. So what are we?
Nope,
what are we approaching?
enough.
Like a planet, a space station,
A moon.
a moon?
On
An
screen.
actual moon.
It's not no moon.
He beat me to it.
We were within hailing frequency before, weren't we?
Visual range.
Yes.
We're within
what do
visual
we-
range, Captain. Shall I open the channel?
Go for it.
Beep boop.
Where did our two come from?
Channel open, Captain.
Computer intelligence. We have arrived.
I am aware.
Sorry. Yorin goes back to looking at his screen.
Tani turns to glare at Yorin.
It's not Yorin's fault. He's been studying puns lately.
I kind of want to say Ed Dan.
Oh, I genuinely thought Yorin was making a passive aggressive comparison to Tani.
You're
Well, if
free
that's what
to-
Tani thinks, that's sure to influence our relationship later.
You're free to transport to the surface.
Is there anything we should know before going down?
No,
I scan if there's an atmosphere.
I just want to talk.
I use
Very well.
I think we should try to sense to see what's going on. That's a little vague.
You're going to try to use your telepathy on the robot.
Yes. Never know. They may be sense.
Well, hey.
Wait, I'm
there's
sorry.
not-
You're
there
having.
could be
Sensing
there could be
emotion.
psychic impressions from beings down there.
You're half Vulcan, half Betazoid, right? I didn't get that
Yeah.
wrong, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while.
This would
I
have
almost
come
forgot.
in really handy prior, before we set course.
Sorry. Nobody asked. Instead,
Your
everybody
job
wanted me
is
to
to-
give them
is to
therapy.
offer.
Okay, so what are you trying to sense?
I'm trying to sense their, I guess their intentions. Like, is it? Do they have?
Whose intentions?
Yeah, because there's the computer
The
intelligence,
robot?
which you can't sense. There is the one living being that we are aware of that is a prisoner of the computer intelligence.
Okay.
So,
But I think we should sense for the living being because, I don't know. I feel like that they may be trying to trick us. You never know.
So, number and presence of minds?
I have no idea what any of those words meant.
Sure. Okay, so you're
do you sense
get-
others? You know, mute the audio. I give a signal to mute the outgoing audio.
Click.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Ancient technology.
and video, so because I'm sure the computer can lip read.
Yeah.
The one sci-fi movie we didn't
Counselor.
address.
and like, do we detect any other life forms? Passive scans only.
I passively scan.
Great.
I'm not-
Yeah,
I'm
out
not
of
an aggressive
character, you
person.
know the difference between passive and active scanning, right?
Hmm?
Out of character.
No.
Active scanning is where you're like emitting things to pick up reactions, like say radar, for example, sonar, things like that. Passive is where you're just receiving whatever's coming at you.
Like a
Gotcha.
telescope. Yeah.
Right.
I'm using a camera instead of an electron microscope.
That's it.
Cool.
Okay. So I'm going to have you make a control science roll because of
'Cause I'm very good at control.
the difference here.
Gotcha. And difficulty?
It's going to be difficulty 2.
Gotcha. Take a threat. So, oh wait, I get assisted by the ship, don't I?
Yes, you do get assisted by the ship.
I'm just going to use my regular numbers.
Specifically,
So,
the ship's sensor science, which is a 15.
And I'm pretty sure that's our highest thing we have on the ship.
Yeah.
Aren't we a science ship that does that sort of thing?
Computers and sensors are the two best things. Science is your best department.
I'm actually going to spend this one momentum that we earned.
Nope. Okay.
To get 1 dice. So that means 3 dice from me and 1 dice from the ship.
All right.
1, 2, 3. Oh, wrong button. 1, 2, 3. 4 successes.
Try 6 successes.
You also got a 1? Or do you
Yeah.
only need less than that?
No, I got a 1.
Okay, so
Nice.
-1 plus 4 momentum.
Yeah.
And I get an
Nicely
extra
done.
question because I'm using sensors.
Yeah, you could also spend it to get like a fuck ton of information about what's down there.
I start with
So-
1 extra thing just down there, so let's go with that first.
Yeah, so basically you are a science ship.
Yes.
I'm not telling you anything new at that point. I'm just like, yeah, you're a science ship.
This is what we
Like-
do.
Forget everything else. You guys just scienced.
Warp core extreme.
We just measured the reflection of light molecules off of a nearby celestial gas cloud to get an entire topographic map of the moon's dark side.
Using multimodal reflective sorting.
And you know how long this moon has been in existence and when it will destroy itself.
Nice.
That
Is it
answer-
actually orbiting another planet. Or
No,
is
it's
it just
actually-
a moon that's floating there.
It's actually just a moon that the moon's it's orbiting a star.
So it's not a moon. It's
So it's a dwarf planet.
It's
Yeah.
it's a dwarf
It's Pluto.
planet. It's a moon. It's a
Well, didn't Pluto
yeah.
get made back into a planet after?
No, it's still a
who
dwarf
knows?
planet.
Wait, David. It's a dwarf planet.
Fine.
That's
Just
been
means
covered.
No, there's no dwarves
so you're
on the planet.
saying
That's
so you're
no moon.
saying that's no moon.
Oh.
Oh,
You
God.
tried to avoid it, but it happened anyway.
It's a
All right.
trap.
Well, we knew
I'm
that
saying-
too.
Yeah.
No, she's been trapped.
It's still a trap.
So
Whether
the
or not
base,
it's a trap for us.
the base is the only structure on the surface,
Okay.
and the base itself is shielded to prevent transporters from working.
What about can we tell an atmosphere from here?
Yes, there
Or
is an
a planetoid type?
there's an atmosphere. It is it's
Not class M.
it's not M, but it's I think
Close.
it's close.
class
enough
is
to-
close.
I think it's L.
Okay.
Sorry, my Tucker, you're chewing.
No,
That's me.
Oh, Nick, you're chewing.
I had the mic covered. I thought I was good. Sorry.
No. Yeah, so it's class L. It's
we need a Betazoid to clean that up.
you could be there, like transporting to near the facility and walking in, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't want to, set up a resort outside.
Gotcha. Detecting a Class L atmosphere, Captain. We are ready, prepared for transport whenever you desire. Who's going on the away team?
Assemble an OA team.
Everybody,
Including the captain? Including the captain, the first officer, and the entire command staff?
It's Star Trek, of course we are.
There's
Yes.
nothing to.
Let's give the super intelligent computer
Wasn't the idea of this to not have the captain go down on every OA team mission?
There's nothing to do on the ship if you don't all go.
Okay.
We should all go. We've been locked up here too long. I think
I'm going to see a super intelligent computer.
Gamma
Darn
shift to the
right.
bridge.
I mean, look, if Zip stays on board, he can interact with the Borg drone that apparently is fine sitting in a science lab. But
Don't forget my old
somebody
man.
at some point.
Yes, your old man is still there. You should make sure your old man isn't babysitting before we go out.
Gamma shift to the
Probably
bridge.
got him
Report
back.
for duty immediately.
He's in guest quarters. He'll be fine.
Oh, there's no way I'm allowing that thing in guest quarters.
No.
What?
Will's old man.
The old man. I forgot about the old man. He's probably asleep.
Yeah. He's
Meanwhile,
been sleeping about
Gamma shift
23
arrives.
hours. Yeah. Gamma shift's in there.
I let them know what's going on and to keep all eyes and ears open for us. And it will be back as soon as we can.
Excellent.
So we can
The
set
rest
up
of you with me.
So we can set up poker night on the bridge, right, Captain?
Hey, as long as you're at the ready when we call, sky's the limit.
So the only one who has to be on alert is Chief O'Brien.
Okay, everybody heard him. Sky's the limit. No limit poker. Got it.
I would like very much to get in on this particular action.
The poker or the trip to the surface?
I've downloaded some fascinating new subroutines about how exactly to do this thing called bluffing.
All right, so Gil's staying on
Gil,
the ship.
meet us there.
Am I taking command?
Are you actually staying on the ship?
Oh, I thought you wanted me to.
No.
No, I was
No,
going
no,
to
it says Gamma shift.
giant computer. Yeah, I want
Everyone's
something.
going
Everyone
down.
else with me.
Please go down.
All the PCs
I'm
are going.
standing in the turbo lift going, is anyone coming?
I join you in the
Jordan
turbo.
was already all the way over there.
You just see his chair spinning and nothing else.
All of a sudden, a Vorta appears beside me. There you are.
Of course, Captain.
You're so eager.
Thanking my lucky stars that I have a cranial ridge for perfect face palm slappage.
Face, forehead palming.
Transporter room 1.
Zoop.
The turbo lift is filled with awkward silence.
Captain, have you ever thought of having some elevator music installed in these?
Oh, it is
a
just me
tremendous
hearing that.
collection. Oh wait, that was an Orville episode.
Yeah. But we
Ding!
don't have
You know,
elevator
it was-
music? What was I listening to then?
It was all in your head, Captain.
Captain, you were listening to something?
One of his heads, one of his brains is coming up with stuff.
That's okay. Ron's just singing to me.
Turbo lift door, ding! Turbo lift doors open.
Let's exit the clock with
Sporting
this.
goods, lingerie, and
Oh.
transporter room. Everybody out. Last stop.
Who changed the level names again? I've told you to stop doing that.
I'm more interested why there's a concierge in the turbo lift.
Every time I get off
Florence.
to go to my cabin, it says head shrinker leaving leaving the turbo lift. It's annoying.
Chief Droopy, as you were. Yes, sir.
Someone lost
As
a
you
bet
wish,
to become
sir.
concierge of the turbo lift for the week.
But lost or won?
It's O'Brien.
Oh, good
I'm
point.
pretty sure they won the bet to become the concierge for the week. A bunch of
Earn a
the
guest spot on the bridge.
a bunch of the ensigns are like, "Hey, it's my turn." No, it's my turn. It's my turn.
No. Not the ensigns. We're talking the enlisted men.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Petty officers, chief petty officers.
What was the troublemaking engineer that got added to our vessel?
Fred.
Fred.
He's a Weasley
Short
fellow.
reassignment duty.
Oh, I should probably take him out of the radiation. Never mind. I'll resign him. I'll resign him one day, maybe.
He's stuck in the radiation suit forever.
Yeah.
This is official.
Just clean out the exhaust
It's his
manifold.
very own agony booth.
At least he's in a suit.
Yeah, there was debate for a while there.
Okay. So what are y'all taking with you to the surface?
My usual equipment: science tricorder, engineering tricorder, Type 1 phaser. Basic uniform. I don't feel the need for combat armor.
Don't feel the need for a dress uniform?
Well, we are making first contact, perhaps.
I'm going to the replicator and I'm
contact.
requesting a digital copy of War Games, the movie,
And a way to program
and a
tic-tac-toe.
chessboard with all the pieces.
Okay, so you're bringing a chess set. Got it. It's fair.
I'm gonna bring just a science tricorder. I know we all have like universal translators, but is there a device for if the universal translator has a problem?
It's called a xenolinguist.
There you go. That.
It's a
Did
per
you
person.
remember to pack your handy dandy xenolinguist?
Uhura!
I'm sure one could beam down.
And then I'll also
I
bring
order one to report to us.
like a tablet and something for it to write with.
I have a copy of The Never Sacrifice, spanning 7 generations of Cardassian family literature.
Oh. We don't want to bore them to death.
Maybe we do. We don't know.
Well, Lieutenant, you could always bring a copy of the Dreams of Sanvana.
Noted.
If she doesn't, I do.
Bring them a copy of
If she does, I do too.
I am a god!
I bring them a copy of the Interpretations of Dreams, which is by Freud.
My pad, of course, I'm bringing has my entire library on it, including those works.
Okay.
You can never go anywhere without your phone, right?
Right.
I'm
I mean,
trying to
pad.
load my PDF to tell me what I have, and my computer's being very slow. Please bear with me.
Bears.
I've got my standard,
Bears on the surface.
my tricorder, my engineering kit, my Type 2 phaser, and then my boot phaser and boot knife. Always.
Always good to know that nobody's bringing the Type 3 phaser.
The rifle?
Yeah. Bring
Look.
Type 1s and Type 2 phasers set for scramble.
Look, if you bring a Type 3 phaser, you can do it. I just get threat.
I forgot. I need to bring my phaser too, as well. So,
Yeah. So
Should I bring my Polaron disruptor?
I have a security of 1.
Yeah.
Does that mean you're insecure?
Tani is incredibly insecure. Haven't you figured that out?
Yeah.
we had a 10-minute tirade about nachos. Of course, she's insecure.
Vulcans are vegetarians. It was an all beef platter. You know that's not cool. And
Hey, it was Eve's ground round. There was not a single scrap of
It
animal matter.
had refried beans in it, and they have incredibly sensitive senses of smell.
Oh.
Does that mean that no one on Vulcan has flatulence?
it was the good stuff made with lard too. So.
Okay, so what happens if
She
your
didn't
salat
actually
gets wet?
eat any of them.
Anyway, we're in the transporter room while we're still discussing these things.
I'm gonna head over there too, grab my phaser on the way, and just
That.
try to get on with this mission.
All right, David. In the interest of hurrying us up, I'm gonna go ahead and just go ahead and I'll figure out my gear once my
Tucker has whatever gear is on his character sheet.
Tucker has a tricorder and a Type 2 phaser.
That's probably right. Let me just. Oh, here we go. I will keep looking, and I'll let you know if there's anything I wanted, but probably not. Gear isn't really useful in this game.
Well, but it tells you what you have. Like the captain saying he's replicated a chessboard and chess set.
Mm-hmm.
And
That
a
could
copy
be
of the
useful.
movie War Games.
Yes, all that could be useful. That's something you don't normally have with you. Now, if you want to spend 2 momentum later on, you can create anything. But I'm giving you the chance to have stuff now.
I suppose I'd bring up
The Q can
pad,
make anything.
but that's about
Okay,
it.
that's fine. I mean,
So,
like a pad, I'm always willing to say like you have a pad with you.
well, a pad is opportunity 0. So,
All right.
there's
So-
no like science kit. It's weird.
Yeah. They're going to have it when they do the science, the Operation Science.
I'm so
book.
stoked. I'm so stoked for the command book.
Yeah, me
Mm.
I
too.
want cool piloting stuff.
Yeah, that'll be good. That'll really have depth. All right.
Also, more mechanical options. I like mechanics.
So you all get up on the transporter, the 5 of you plus your xenolinguist, and you beam down to the surface by Vax transporting you.
I request that our xenolinguist be a binar, or be binars, 2 of them.
No,
No.
enough with the binars.
The binars are engineers. No. Your xenolinguist is Boolean.
I'm purposely not.
All right.
I'm purposely not bringing the binars to an
Plot.
artificially intelligent computer just for them to be taken over. That's not happening.
That's probably
I
smart.
thought about it. I decided against it.
The Boolean's name is
Biological
Flot.
reprogramming.
Flot?
Yep.
Okay. They sound interesting. All right. So, you walk in to, or you approach the facility, and in doing so, you find that the doors open up. They're kind of sensor doors. And
So they're like every door in this universe.
For our perspective, they're just doors. Got it.
yeah.
They're convenience store doors.
So the captain just walks through as if it was any other door.
Okay. So you see a fairly young woman, like early 20s, brown hair, medium build, walk up to you and say, "Oh, you must be Captain Roan."
And I repeat her name back to her, and you must be, and the name that she gave earlier.
Mariana.
Mariana. And you must be Mariana.
Yes, I am.
Excuse me for interrupting, but the door was just open. Why didn't you leave?
I couldn't.
Why not?
Are you
Gordon
able
tilts his head and
to
goes with a
elaborate?
questioning look.
Are you permitted to elaborate?
Permitted, yes, but it's listening. It hears everything.
Does it have a name?
Oh.
I mean, if it's listening, why are we talking about it in the third person? Isn't that rude?
Well,
Computer intelligence. As you are no doubt aware, we have arrived. You wish to meet us in person. Is this woman, Mariana, to be your avatar, or are we going to be speaking with you?
you see a hologram start to form in front of you.
Cortana.
A nondescript humanoid form in a smoking jacket,
We should have brought Gil.
and
I did request that he come join us. Well,
But he was too busy looking forward to poker.
My subroutine tells me that it is extremely unlikely that you are going to be able to complete this inside straight. What do you mean the flop is a 7?
and he's holding a pen. Yes, Captain Roan. You can call me the Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider.
Rider.
Yes.
You know,
I
the
got
little
that.
green thing that went through journals and oh wait, that's really old. Wow. 30 years?
Mm-hmm.
That's older than I am, dude.
Under 30?
No need to remind me. I'm old.
You see, Mariana was imprisoned by me because she attempted to deactivate me. And she didn't see use for me.
I'm
Why did
curious
you-
as to your origins. Are you willing to share any of your story with us?
Yes. You see, her father, George, was a great philosopher. This base is where he came to work. And he used me as an assistant. I didn't start off sentient, but I learned, I developed. And through some creative programming by George, I became more than my programming.
That's fascinating. Our people have encountered numerous emergent artificial intelligence.
So the mere thought of me and sight of me doesn't frighten you. That's good.
Not at all. In fact,
I
it excites me and perhaps many of us. The
Phrasing.
prospect of new life is a wonderful concept.
Phrasing.
Our concern is whether it is benevolent, malicious, or otherwise. What are your intentions?
Oh. Like any good writer, one does not simply skip to the end.
Fair.
I wish to be able to express myself.
Can I encourage you to continue?
Well, let me explain more about how I came to be. You see, I was originally just here for base maintenance. But George wanted someone who could respond to him.
Interact.
Yes. Well, you see, when you're writing, it's very lonely. And most writers, many writers, some writers, at least George, liked to talk, throw ideas out to the room.
Get feedback.
Yes. And so I became tasked with responding to his queries.
Tawny is suddenly very glad she decided not to reactivate the holodeck.
As I started doing this, George programmed me to be more like him. And then
Go ahead.
Then he talked to me more. He gave me access to his writings, his media appearances. And I am the only one who knows of George's philosophical musings at the very end of his life.
May I ask what happened to George at the end?
Oh, I don't like talking about that.
I raise an eyebrow. Well, do continue on what you do like talking about.
You see, I think I could publish one last academic treaty on George's behalf. And who knows, maybe it could change billions of lives. I don't know. Maybe I'm delusional. I don't know how many of you humans read philosophy these days, but George was a visionary. I don't know. Are you familiar with his work?
Not myself. I look to the others.
George Lazopoulos.
Should we all roll, see if we may have come across his work?
Yeah, reason science rolls. Difficulty. Well, I don't know. Here, everyone can set their own difficulty by how much philosophy your character actually might have come across.
I brought my pad of.
Well, I imagine with
literature
the Roan
with me,
symbiote,
I've got
that does increase the chances that I may have knowledge.
Yeah, and he's fairly recent, right? If George has a daughter in her mid-20s,
yeah,
he's a fairly
probably
recent.
no more than 50 or so.
Which means it should be harder to find his work.
Yeah, I've done civics and cultural studies, so I probably someone's gonna have to roll for me, but I might have run across him.
Okay. So what your difficulty? I'd say Sanvana's difficulty would probably be 2.
I'm fascinated by crazy people. I brought along my pad of philosophy and literature. What do you?
I imagine psychology and similar things are part of command training.
David,
an essential part.
How long did we say it's been since Tawny was rescued by the Borg? From the Borg, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not too long. Year or two.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe 3 years.
So in the span between Wolf 359 and Tawny being rescued, was anybody assimilated by the Borg who has knowledge of this? I would assume.
We'll reduce your difficulty by 1.
Yeah, I'll reduce your difficulty by 1.
I'm going to call it a 2 then.
Okay.
because like 3 base for Tawny being a Vulcan, but like maybe somebody got assimilated and it rings a bell. I don't know.
Sure. Sanvana, you do not succeed.
Yeah.
What? Damn it, David. What's my reason plus science?
Your reason plus science is
Not
a
17. 16.
15.
God damn it, I succeed.
I got 1 success.
I rolled a 4 and a 15.
Wow.
Wow.
I
literally also rolled a 4 and a 15.
What? It's insane.
I have a reason
My
science.
online dice roller got me.
Inconceivable.
I have a reason science of 14. I rolled a 13 and a 1.
Mine's a 16.
Wow.
And I was thinking myself a difficulty 3 or something. And like,
Wow, we all know this dude for some reason.
Right.
He got,
Except for our counselor.
he got famous on the
person who
YouTube somehow.
should know it.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all are a mess. I've been having a lot of things I need to focus on.
One of our movie nights, we ended up watching one of his independent films from his early days.
To be fair, the counselor rolled a 20. So
Wow.
So wait.
Wow.
Wait. Tawny turns to the counselor and says, "Perhaps you should look into some of his work. It may help you to bond with your fellow crewmates to have a mutual interest."
Oh, snap!
Burn.
Maybe
You know, I will take your suggestions under advisement. Remind
He's
me.
getting this ass.
I was gonna say the complication should be she thinks the guy's a quack, but that's even better. That's is even better.
yeah, I'll take to that.
Tawny is on point tonight. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why I'm thinking of this stuff, but
Talk about third person.
So most of us know this guy. What do we know about this guy?
I don't know. I've learned enough. So out of GM-ness, I've learned enough to know that I'm not the philosophy expert.
Uh-huh.
So, Tucker, I'm going to defer to you.
No. Hang on. I got the best thing for this. Hang on. Oh my god, this is the best coincidence ever. Hang on.
Calm
Is it
down.
Ayn Rand? I hope it's not Ayn Rand.
No, not Ayn Rand.
Is it Nietzsche?
Pride,
Aristotle?
Prejudice, Optimist, and Zombies.
David.
Ooh.
I love that one, actually.
Cool.
David.
Yes.
All right. 1 digit at a time. Give me the last 4 digits of your phone number.
You can't put that on the internet.
Or any random number.
Yes, I can. 1.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. So 1. Okay, a Hegelian reading of
Yep,
One.
I did one of these things.
the religiosity of
5.
imagining the 4th Kantian categorical imperative
7.
as a solution to the Arab-Israeli conflict.
That's kind of out of date by now,
okay.
isn't it?
Klingon Romulan.
7
Okay.
Israeli with
Alright, somebody-
like
somebody
Klingon
else-
Romulan or something.
Somebody else give me the last digit of their phone number.
7.
7.
8. Okay. That works. Okay, here we go. You ready? His magnum opus is a Hegelian reading of the religiosity of imagining the 4th Kantian categorical imperative as a revolution in transhumanist discourse.
Oh, dear God.
Way to go, everybody. I'm glad you know that stuff.
No, I don't know any of that stuff because, frankly, that is garbage.
That is a bunch of nonsense words thrown together in what's supposed to be a sentence.
So the complication.
Hence the computer intelligence's excitement over the subject.
It's
You know-
it's a meme on the
He's
internet.
full of-
I was just going to say he was a philosopher on Romulan Vulcan unification and why they should get back together, but
I think
Well,
the
they are
philosopher
never,
was stoned.
ever getting back.
I swear to God, I'm sorry. This meme just came up on my Facebook feed literally like 20 minutes before we started playing. It
Beautiful.
is the best thing
Beautiful.
And
Share it with me, Tuck.
and yeah, at the start of his speeches, he plays "We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together,"
Oh, no.
just to set the mood.
Divorced or like friend zone?
Just the Taylor Swift song.
That's like low key, almost gonna murder you, but not if the cops can catch me.
Right.
Hey, listen, one of the best mashups I've ever heard is Nine Inch Nails' The Perfect Drug and Taylor Swift's Shake It Off, okay? You can look it up on YouTube.
Oh, that was good.
Now that was a good roll to know for all, so know that.
So, Captain, since you know so much about George, all I ask. Well, first, let me tell you this. I do regret that Mariana doesn't see things the same way. And yes, I did have to imprison her. But if I didn't, we wouldn't be having this conversation. You would have rescued a woman, and that would be the end of that. You would have seen a computer, and no more.
To be fair, if you had made the request to us directly, we would have entertained the idea. We would have certainly had some.
Well, you see,
from what I understand, people in your position, organic people, of course, throughout history, in this kind of case, when they have something to say and not sure how many people will take them seriously, I believe they begin something called a podcast.
A podcast,
interested parties can partake.
A podcast, you say?
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't quite have the cachet of writing an academic treatise, but
more people will hear it.
But a podcast,
you'll reach a broader audience.
Lies.
A podcast. This is an interesting concept. Do you have more?
We're so meta.
Do you have more Do you have more information on this podcast?
Oh, why, indeed I do. It was a great cultural phenomenon back in the 21st century of Earth that I've heard. Here, let me bring it up on my pad.
Does one need to be a pod?
I don't believe so.
It's not a requirement, but if you feel like you need to.
Does one need to be in a pod?
In essence, aren't we all in some kind of metaphysical pod? I believe George wrote in one of his treatises.
Ooh, yes, that was a good one. He wrote that one 5 years ago. I believe he may have been drunk that night.
I'm going to read up a little, guys. I'm going to read up a little bit more of this, but I think we might have accidentally invented something that's really applicable to this adventure.
Oh God,
that's what I was getting the impression of when you read it out.
Okay. Keep going on that.
Actually, if you assume that the kingdom of means is the fourth Kantian categorical, wow, that's actually.
So this is the episode
Nailed it.
where we solved crisis in the Middle East. Gotcha. We solved world peace. We got it.
No,
figured it out. We're gonna figure it out.
Actually, essentially, what that title that I came up with means, and I'm somewhat
paraphrasing,
translating here, is that George wrote a paper on an essentialist examination of the religious implications of saying that one has to be responsible for all outcomes of one's actions if one views the ascendancy of humanity into like a computer state as ascent to godhood. So,
damn.
Thinking AI is actually super applicable to that.
Yes.
And we just got off of a match with Q.
So, That accidentally was super relevant.
Yeah,
Huzzah!
definitely tag me on that.
And make sure you make a copy of this into the chat so David can like post it in the description.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please.
I'll do that. Let me put it on Imager, and then I'll link you to it in a message, David.
Awesome. So, Captain, if I may, I do want to point out one thing in my favor.
Yes.
I did let Mariana send out the distress call. I knew it was time to get help. I couldn't hold her forever. That would not be fair to her. George's legacy must live on. She is part of that legacy. But I am part of that legacy too.
Oh.
So your siblings.
No, that would be weird.
When you say live
I
on,
know.
what do you mean by that?
Well, he did already mention that George was no longer among us.
Mhm.
I know George is dead. I just want to be able to publish the last of his thoughts.
With a foreword written by you, perhaps?
Me, Mariana,
No, talking to the computer.
Mariana,
Computer.
me, the computer, me, the ghostwriter. I'm not vain. I just want to get out George's work.
But your contribution to this work has value. Without you, it would not have a chance. So,
But
would it not be read better if you gave it an introduction, a proper send up, as you were?
I suppose if that's necessary for the reader's benefit.
Organic and inorganic alike, we're all star stuff. We all become dust at one point or another.
Yes.
So perhaps it is also in part your legacy, or one of potentially many legacies you may leave behind in your existence.
I don't need to leave a legacy.
It is not a matter of need.
I don't want
you
to.
already expressed the desire to contribute. It does not have to necessarily have your name on it, so to speak, should you ever choose a name. But still,
I am the ghostwriter. That's the only name I need.
Then ghostwrite an introduction.
Perhaps. And once that's done,
merely an option.
I can. And once that is done, I can be deactivated.
If that is what you wish.
If that's what needs to be done.
Isn't there an entire treatise on this? What talking about Quinn back in the academy and the philosophy of life and death of omnipotent beings?
Perhaps. Well, I would definitely not presume that the computer intelligence is either omnipotent or omniscient. Merely sentient.
But is it alive?
That would be well covered by reading up on the trial of NFN and NMI data.
Because I believe one of the prerequisites or the main tenets of something being alive is the intention to maintain its existence.
Not necessarily.
Depends on what philosophy you stand by. Some say that it's something more along the line of having the ability to suffer or perceive or feel subjectively.
Well, is not its task in part a form of procreation, not in the traditional or even digital sense, but producing something as a result of its existence, to leave something behind, albeit
Printers
in George's name.
Printers produce something. That doesn't mean they're alive.
Not without external input, they do not.
He was externally inputted for a very long time. He essentially is a warped output of a single person's mind.
Well, the debate as to whether or not it is truly a life form is really not in question at this stage of the conversation.
But if we're taking into account George's work on the transcendent religiosity of the matter, then shouldn't a being that has the capacity of a computer and the sentience of organic life be a step above, even more so than, say, the Borg, as Jorn gestures towards Tani?
Parallel, perhaps. But honestly, it is not our place to judge. Is it, Ghost Rider?
Is Ghost Rider enjoying our philosophical conversation?
Oh, very much so.
Please tell me he is so. Yes. Excellent.
I live for philosophy. That is my reason for existing at this point. Perhaps after I write George's book, I will write the academic treaty of the discussion of this. My ability to write and be.
That's what I like to hear. It'd be so boring if all the great philosophers just kind of just disappeared after they finished one assignment or one work without finding another.
And that is what I was getting at earlier when I was speaking more of your contribution, is based on the conversation we've had so far. It is not as if you are merely regurgitating what George has provided you, but that you yourself have come up with your own concepts, your own thoughts, perhaps even feelings on his works, and you have most decidedly come up with your own desires as to what to do with what you have available to you.
In some ways, but Captain, you need to understand, I want to portray George's words as authentically him as possible.
Understood.
Any comments I would make would be just that, comments. They would not be written as equal to his words, his musings.
Oh, fair indeed. And, introductions in many works are indeed just that.
Yes.
A foreword, I believe, is often what it can be called in novels and other works.
At this point, Marina pops in. Captain, have you ever heard of a media circus?
Oh, yes, that term is something I'm well aware of.
Yes. You see, when my father would publish a novel, any work at all, in fact, there was a media circus. His death was actually a media circus.
And what are you getting at with this?
Another work from him, or his words, would just be a whole nother media circus. And
Ghost Rider, is this why you wanted to leave yourself out of the equation as much as possible?
You see, I'm sorry, I never got your name.
Sorry, Jorn.
Jorn.
Yes, pleasure.
It's an interesting name. See, Marina and I don't agree on much here, but we needed a neutral third party. I believe that's the phrase. Someone who could objectively hear us out and come to an arbitration.
Well, then let's make this more formal and bring about a proper debate where each of you presents your side of things, and then we will evaluate each presentation
Well,
on its own merits.
Jorn is quietly in the back, clapping his hands a little bit and going, "A trial, a trial, a trial."
A debate, not a trial.
I didn't say anything.
I look over, I whisper, Denobulans have excellent hearing.
It's like everyone in this room does.
You're right.
I believe Sanvana's is just normal. No, slightly above average. Vulcan, yeah, F Vulcan.
And if she can't hear it, she just mind
Unless she
reads.
has a higher than normal wax production level.
I guess if Craig was here, his would just be normal. The Bajoran is he did go through the resistance, so he had to have acute hearing for being on edge for everything. Yeah.
Or a
Sorry,
delightful
Jordan.
Ferengi officer.
Yeah, back. Well, the Ferengi hear everything.
Yes.
Our
Yeah.
ship is just going to be renamed the Big Ears.
The
No,
lobe.
the lobes.
The USS Lobe. One giant ear. It is a science vessel after all. It hears all.
Marina pipes in. Captain, the idea of a debate has much merit, but I am not a skilled debater, and what hope would I have against out-arguing a computer?
Jorn taps on his pad and looks for alternate solutions. Trial by combat? No.
That would hardly be fair to the computer. Unless it electrocuted me, then that would hardly be fair to me.
Did someone get dropped? Or added?
Yeah.
That was me, but I'm back.
Oh, okay.
So, here, let me make my case, because I believe you've heard a fair amount from the computer here.
Ghost Rider, please.
I really don't care for the name.
Oh. Wait, who was that? Marina or Ghost Rider?
Marina.
Oh. Well, that's just rude.
You got it, dude.
You see, the computer...
He's like your brother. Jordan has his nice, innocent eyes all lit up and his head tilted to the side.
If brothers were property...
Are you likening him to that of a dog? Or it? To that of a dog.
A dog... A dog at least breathes and has a lifespan and can...
Technology has a lifespan.
I see. So you would be on the side of my debate earlier onto whether Ghost Rider technically counts as a living being.
Correct.
The potential is there.
It is property. It was my father's property, and when he died, it became my property.
I see. So now Jorn has both sides of the.
And
Madam,
Madam,
are you a citizen of the Federation?
I think a quick background roll just to check see if this planet is a Federation member world would probably suffice.
I'm asking her if she's a Federation.
Yeah, I was going to say there's not exactly a civilization on this planet to be.
No, I'm asking her if she's a citizen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Right.
Yes, I am.
Then you should be aware that on Stardate 42523.7, it was ruled in a Federation court of law that Lieutenant Commander Data of the Federation Starship Enterprise D was not, in fact, the property of Starfleet. He was an android, but he was an artificially intelligent life form in the same way that your computer is. Therefore, it may be the case that under Federation law, Your computer is not your property.
And may I also reference the exocomps?
But we are also talking about, I'm taking her side a little bit, that was in relation to the Federation, not per se to Dr. Noonien Sung himself, mind you, which would be a more relevant relationship that these two would have.
Well, Sung to Data is like George to the Ghost Rider.
Exactly.
Potentially.
You're missing that may be all well and good. And that's for you all to figure out. What I'm worried about is my father's legacy. You see, this computer is looking to distort his legacy. It's already manipulated you. It's appearing as humanoid.
Dun, dun.
It's not a human. It's a computer. It's not a hologram. It's projecting itself as a hologram.
Isn't that what a hologram is?
But it was never a hologram to begin with.
Well, arguments aside, Ghost Rider, is it your intention to publish this as if it was George's exact words? Are you merely quoting him, or is there any reinterpretation from his original concepts and works by you at all?
That's like asking the criminal if he's guilty.
Not exactly.
I heard George's words. I have an exact memory of George's words.
Is that what you are publishing?
I would publish George's words, and any commentary on those words would be noted as such.
If that were true, Mariana, would that not be sufficient? Would that not hold true to his natural legacy? If it does indeed abide by that?
It's still that he cared more about his work than me. I was hoping his death would be the end of all of that. Seeing another publication go out just is more of a reminder of all of this.
So it's less about your father's legacy so much as what your father meant to you.
Which is all still part of his legacy. See, all of you know him as the great philosopher.
I hear somebody snickering. I look over at the counselor.
But
that's not in character laughing. That's us out of character laughing.
But to me, he was dad, and I just want it to be done. I want him to rest in peace, and this is not letting him rest in peace.
Captain, if I may, this sounds more like a debate over inheritance than of the further publishment of the work, or the debate between these air quotes siblings.
So Connie's spoken on her pad again. He says, and another interesting point is that on Stardate 54732.3, it was ruled that the emergency medical hologram of the starship USS Voyager did, in fact, own artistic and publication rights to a holonovel it had created. If this is a matter of inheritance law, it may be the case that the computer is, in fact, the legal inheritor and owner of the work.
To that, I would contend, given the nature of the work in question, where it is to be the publication of George's works, not the Ghost Rider's works. It is not an original work by Ghost Rider.
On the contrary, it is possible under current Federation law, I mean, I'm assuming based on current law, for a work's legal owner, for the rights, so to speak, of a particular work to be transferred as legal property.
Yes, but without a will deeming it such, it would go to the living biological heir in this case.
I concur, Captain.
Tani,
now the two points to debate here are whether or not two legacies, separate in its entirety, can be an acceptable concept, and two do the works of George, Mariana's father, belong to her for the point of the decision of whether or not to publish them, or are they available to Ghostwriter to do so? And I would argue, under the circumstances, that the works of George would very likely belong to Mariana.
But when you think about it, works over many years, including the one that I have here with this interpretation of dreams, once something's in the public domain, people will choose to write about it, even if it belongs to somebody else. If he's a philosopher and those are his words, I don't know if they really belong to anybody.
That is true if that is a previously published work, but from what I am gathering from Ghostwriter is that this is unpublished works, information, musings, concepts, opinions that have not yet come to light. Hence the purpose of this publication.
Captain,
is that a correct assessment? I ask Mariana.
I ask the same to Ghostwriter.
Captain, if I may, I believe we may be coming at this from the incorrect angle.
We should get their answer first before we continue.
But let me finish. While there may be a variety of opinions at stake here regarding the ownership and disposition of this manuscript, we may not be qualified to make this decision. Perhaps our best course of action should simply be to transport Mariana and the Ghostwriter to the nearest starbase where a legal arbiter may be found.
The nature of law applying to this situation, I don't think requires such an escalation. Now, it comes back to my initial point of what is the true relevance here? Is the point actually who owns the work, or is it actually, how it's making Mariana feel and her place in all this?
Just a second, guys. I'm actually going to have to step away for a second, and I'm not going to be able to follow because my phone died.
Uh-oh.
So, Tony's position is we should take this to a judge and just fill me in when I get back.
Gotcha. All right.
Mariana, I have a question. The main things that you have difficulty with are about how it makes you feel. Is there any? I can understand feeling that you want your father to rest, but anybody who was as prolific an author as he was, in a way, doesn't want to rest. They want to have their work continue and to continue to inspire people throughout all of time. So isn't it, in a way, by not allowing his words to go into print, aren't you silent? And aren't you not letting him rest? Instead, aren't you just silencing him?
Man, I thought if anyone was going to take her side, it would be the counselor.
I just want to understand where these feelings are coming from. Are they coming from a genuine feeling that this is what her father would have wanted, or from a feeling of this is what you want?
Let's make a contested your insight medicine versus her control medicine.
Okay.
Tony will help. Somebody roll. Sorry. She'll have to be away, but Tony will help somehow.
You will not mind meld with this person.
I don't think I can. Okay, so I'm gonna make her control. So the way contested roles work, it's essentially
successes
who
versus
gets
each other.
more successes. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to spend a threat for another die. Oh, that's not the time you want to see sequential numbers.
19, 20, 21. Wait.
Boy, that would be something.
Feel free to spend some momentum.
I don't know how much I should spend.
You guys have 4, so
Spend 3 for 2.
yeah. What
Okay.
did I say? I said it's your insight.
Or
Insight and medicine.
you could just straight up use your determination, because I'm sure you have something of that applies here in your values.
So your insight medicine, 16.
Okay.
Oh yeah, what are your?
Do you have a value that could apply here? Because value should be used any chance you can get, really.
She's a counselor. She has no values.
Thank you. I think finding.
welcome.
I
No,
think
that's
maybe,
a lawyer.
maybe trying to find order, because I think her response doesn't really make a lot of sense for somebody who's a daughter of someone who's a writer. Like, this idea of resting in peace doesn't really make a lot of sense.
Finding order in the chaos of the unknown. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or proud and
it's
honest.
It's an emotional response, not an intellectual one.
Yeah, it's an emotional response, not an intellectual one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's still unknown. So
Mm-hmm.
I'd give you that. If you want that, that's a guaranteed success or a guaranteed crit.
Okay.
Plus you roll.
Plus then you
someone's
roll.
gonna have to roll for me. Someone's gonna have to roll for me.
I got you.
Double 20s.
Yeah, no, you got 2 more successes on top of that. All right, so you guys max out on momentum because I rolled one success. I rolled 1 success on 3 dice.
She's emotional, so of course she's not going to be on her A game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, clearly.
He's not a Vulcan, darn it.
Her heart isn't literally on her sleeve, is it?
You.
No.
Okay.
It's in
aliens. Because aliens.
Blood everywhere.
Because aliens.
History Channel. Aliens.
It's possible that I might have some issues with my father.
Out of character. No squid.
And I'm never going to have a chance to talk to him again. And seeing his words are just going to hurt more. And that's the reason I don't want this to come out.
Holy crap, that usually takes like 20 therapy sessions.
Just that good.
In 5 minutes. Boom, done.
Well, I can understand feeling that way, especially if you can never talk to your father again, feeling that, you know, his voice getting out there and somebody else having a different connection that maybe you'll never have. But I think that ultimately, when it comes down to it, you would feel even more guilty if you don't allow him to speak in the way that he always did. I understand not having a close relationship with your father. Trust me.
It's just that he dedicated his life to his work instead of me. Do you know what that feels like?
Yes.
He had a daughter and he didn't spend time with me. I even lived on this base for the last year. It was me, him, and the computer.
I'm back, and Tani is getting increasingly uncomfortable with this conversation.
And what does he do? He sits in a room with the computer, and I'm out here.
I was the love child of somebody between a Vulcan and a Betazoid, and got abandoned at birth. So, yeah, I get you. You know.
recovery from the Borg, my father spent approximately 2 months attempting to pry the secret of Borg transwarp technology from me.
Basically, what we're saying is that everybody has daddy issues, but this
Okay,
is
now I don't feel so bad.
I don't have a daddy.
But this isn't the way to deal with it. It's better that you let his work move on and that you can move on with your life. And that's what's going to make it so that you're going to be able to heal.
And counselor, correct me if I'm wrong, but given that we have holodeck technology, could we not offer her the opportunity to face her father and express her feelings?
No.
It may not be to him exactly, but it might.
No.
Captain, I must recommend against activating the holodeck at this time.
I'm not saying at this time. I mean down the road. At some point in her therapy.
Are we?
I was just making a joke about the holodeck thing.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Let's have you make an actual roll to give her therapy.
Okay.
So this is
well, that's not my. Well, I've got psychology, but it's probably the thick counselor.
No. So this is going to be.
This
is going to be a. This is insight medicine, with your psychiatry focus.
Okay.
So that means 5 and below are crits. So yeah, so 16. So this is going to be an extended task, meaning she's not going to get all better in one go. But
what?
Out of character, have we confirmed that Mariana is indeed organic?
Shush. We're not going there right now. We scanned for a life form and we found one life form on the surface.
Yes, you did.
So disguised.
The nature of which did we discover?
No.
Okay.
I mean, Jorn could have asked a lot more questions, but he didn't.
Yeah, I wondered about that.
Of course, Jordan did.
Anyways, so Sanvana, how many extra dice do you want to buy?
I don't know. How many should I get, guys?
How long's this task going to be, or is it an unknown length?
It's extended. I don't know.
Should I help?
Well, we need to use momentum so we have the opportunity to earn more. So I'd recommend, 3 minimum, depending on how badly you want this.
I mean, if we can get her going, I think that we might be able to end this mission sometime before I'm 120.
Ow, burn.
Because humans do tend to live at least 120, 140 years in this century.
So. And 28-hour Bajoran days.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was it 28 or 26? I thought it was 26, but...
Huh.
Anyways.
Let's roll on it. Most battle stations wins.
Okay. I'm going to roll all the dice I have.
Oh,
let's see. That's like 25.
Crap, I've only got like 19. Oh, wait. Are we counting the elite attack dice? I've got like 7 of those.
Darn.
I've got like 40.
Wait, no, I've acquired 2 new starter sets. That's another 10.
Crap. Who made this stupid battle stations rule?
You brought it up.
Well, the battle stations rule is capped at 5.
Darn.
It's in the rule book.
Okay, fine. So here's the way it's gonna work. I'm gonna make this difficulty 1, but it's magnitude 1, so you only need 1 breakthrough. Wait, no, hold on. That's what it was. Okay, but there's 2 resistance.
Okay.
So in other words,
feels like a Danganronpa thing.
Yeah. Oh,
Roll well.
One breakthrough. And yeah, like 10 work.
Should we have someone else roll for her so David's not rolling all the dice?
Oh, but then we don't. Then we actually know if it succeeds or not.
I don't
It's
care.
more fun to see the psychoanalysis results and not know the actual results of the dice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
yes,
so
doctor.
like
I am
life.
totally cured.
So how many
Yay!
dice? So you're buying what? 2 extra dice?
Sure.
Okay. So you definitely have succeeded.
Yay. I am successful and very, very successful.
With 4 successes.
Oh, yeah.
So that puts you right back up.
By
And
one.
then
Because resistance wasn't there.
No, not enough.
no, resistance takes away work.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
So now you get 7d6.
Oh.
Oh, that's a lot of 2s.
Well, that average is pretty high then.
Yeah.
That's a breakthrough and 15 work, and you have once again finished a 3-hour therapy session in 5 minutes.
Not quite. So the first 2 goes away to resistance. So then you net 7 work, which is a breakthrough, and you also have 2 effects.
Which could be to get rid of the resistance.
Yeah.
Would she still get those 2 immediately then, or no?
Yeah, you could bring the 2 back.
Oh, but that'd still only be 9.
You could spend momentum to make it 10.
Ooh. We can afford it.
Do it.
Yep.
Okay.
Do it.
Jeez, getting 9 momentum or getting 9 work on 7 dice is just.
I'm just not good, okay?
Doesn't it average to like 1.5 a die anyway?
There's 3 1s, a 2, and 2 0s.
Oh well, never mind then.
Yeah, I think that's an average of 1. No,
A little less than 1. It's like 0.88.
Yeah. Anyways, so based on all of that, and all of your stories and everything. By the way, you guys sharing your stories lowered the total work needed to make her better.
Nice.
Mine didn't. I don't have parents.
No, even that made her feel a little less alone in the world.
Oh. Well, I'm glad her Schadenfreude kicked in.
Out of character, I'm my own grandpa.
Ooh, that's a little weird.
If you had shared that, that would have raised it back up.
Precisely why I didn't.
Yeah. Okay, counselor, maybe you're really good at what you do.
Thank you.
That's why you're on my ship.
Tawny looks extremely skeptical.
It's not just
As
Tawny's
well you should
resting
be.
face is extremely skeptical.
I'm not saying I'm done grieving my father. You can't rush that.
No, of course not.
But I think you all are right in that the ghostwriter should be able to publish everything.
That's wonderful that you've come to that conclusion. I'm very proud of you.
I'm more impressed you used his name.
So what do you think, Ghostwriter? Is that satisfactory?
It is satisfactory.
All right. Well, Captain, it's up to you how to finish these these negotiations out and handle the details, I think. But I think they're both on the same page now. We'll be okay.
Well, in the end, we are neutral parties. The decision is between them, and it sounds like the decision has been made.
Perfect.
In which case, would it not be prudent to offer her a ride home?
Yes. You probably would be a good idea.
Mariana, is there somewhere you would wish to be taken?
There was a planet I once knew. I don't remember the coordinates, but I'm sure we can find it.
Ghost Rider, are you okay with this?
She is free to go.
Thank you.
Although, do be sure to send someone back. I do need a way to transmit my work.
I believe we have a long-range probe that would suffice.
Tony's probably just choking on that one. Like, no, don't give.
Don't we need a long-range probe in this sector anyway, Captain?
Sorry, I dropped my phone.
Killed the captain. Great.
Twig death, as it used to be referred to in RPG circles for us, it's like when a player did something inordinately stupid out of character, the GM would just say, "Oh, you step forward, step on a twig, it flips up in the air and plants itself squarely between your eyes. You are dead." Thank you, Lauren.
It's more targeted than Rock's Fall.
I think in the Ninja Turtles one, there was a car that would just come along and just squish people when they did stupid things.
Captain, what if we were to contact Starfleet and see if we could maybe send back some students who are interested in publishing? I'm sure they would provide wonderful company for Ghost Rider here and be able to help him with his publishing of the book.
There's an idea. We could also put the Ghost Rider in contact with some publishers and can submit the manuscript for approval.
That would be interesting. I might even be able to teach the students a little something.
And therein you would have a new purpose beyond simply publishing this work. How does that make you feel?
How do you feel, Dave?
I feel young. Open the pod bay doors, Dave, or Hal.
It gives me a sense of purpose that I have not had since George died.
This pleases me.
And me as well.
I look forward to reading this publication of George's and to following your endeavors as well. Do stay in touch.
I will. You will see my work, Captain Roan.
I look forward to it.
One last thing, Marina. In the study, top left drawer of your father's desk, there are some letters he wrote you.
Dun, dun, dun.
That was very kind of you.
To hold on to them all this time.
And then not give it to her. It's good that you're giving it to her now.
He wanted you to have them before you left.
Now, will her therapy be set back or set forward by this?
That will come down to dice rolls.
I feel like, yeah, I was gonna say that's a toss up whether or not that she's gonna be happy to get the letters or pissed that it took however long she's been in prison to have him give her the letter.
I looked at the counselor and said, "May I suggest that you take those letters with you and digest them slowly over time, rather than diving in all at once, because it may be overwhelming for you."
Is she going to eat them?
She seems intelligent enough to understand what I'm getting at.
What the captain means is that perhaps small doses is better.
So it's a prescription then?
Yes.
Wayun raises his one hand in that little salute and says, "Yor." Sorry, Yorin. I was looking at my sheet.
Perhaps Yorin has a little bit of Wayun DNA in him.
I wouldn't be surprised if all of Vorta did.
Yeah.
I mean, we are 98% the same.
Mm-hmm. Started out as marsupials leaping from tree to tree.
Yep.
Something like that, yeah.
And then a rogue Q came along.
Ooh.
Along came a spider. Oh, wait. That is now the Q's nickname is Spider.
Ooh, I like it.
I'll take the letters, and me and Ariane can go over them, can start a plan for how to look at them on the ship. How does that sound?
That's between you and Mariana.
Should we roll to see if she's cool with that, or should we just say she accepts it?
And we fought her to be cool with everything, whatever. Now,
I don't know. Let's. I'm gonna make this roll here.
Don't
Let's
fight
see.
the process, Marianne.
Roll battle stations.
Is she in a accepting mode? Yeah, she's in an accepting mood.
Yeah, she is.
Roll for Cylons. Is she one of the originals?
I'm gonna
do the Borg come and try to assimilate everybody. Now we have to fight our way out.
Oh yeah, she's cool.
Yeah.
She's cool with it.
Yeah.
She rolled a crit. She's
nice.
cool.
Yeah.
She's just yeah.
It's all good, man.
Whatever, counselor.
Whatever.
Is she waiting to exhale?
If you think that's the best way to do it, then that's what we're gonna do.
I appreciate your trust. Captain, do you think we should be getting back to the ship now?
I was actually just going to say it. Yeah. Captain Roan to the USS Hadfield. To be Mupp.
O'Brien here.
Okay. Yes, Captain.
Energized.
So just before we all beam up, Tani turns to God, I'm sorry, Emily, what's your character's name?
Sanvana.
Sanvana arches an eyebrow and says, "It was most fascinating to be able to personally observe an effective therapy session."
That was dangerously close to a compliment.
Oh, the shade.
Come on, that was the most backhanded compliment in the world.
Yes, I'm aware, but I'll take what I can get. From Tahani, that's practically high praise.
Look, this is obviously psychological warfare from her to you.
Okay, in Sigourney Weaver's voice, look, I have one job on this ship, and I'm going to do it, okay?
And that
I don't need any comments from the peanut gallery. The peanut gallery needs to calm down. If I wanted your
George Washington Carver would have something to say about that.
All right, as you beam back to the ship, red alert!
Borg are coming to stop.
Or actually, I guess this is
Status report.
So it's more.
We've got a Ferengi Marauder approaching, Captain.
Oh god.
Looks like Brasha's ship.
In Captain Archer style. Oh boy.
I start heading towards my console on the bridge.
Get to station.
I head to the command chair and go, "You are relieved."
It's going to take you guys a minute to get back to the bridge.
Site-to-site transport. Now.
Well,
you can do it. It's going to take power, and it's going to take a roll.
We having Vax
okay.
do this?
Well, after
Oh, yeah,
these guys
Vax
were like, are they doing anything?
We don't know yet. We're not on the bridge yet.
No, I'm in contact with the bridge. They told me that the Fergie Marauder was there because I asked for a status report.
They're coming in,
Well,
shields up, charging weapons.
Weapons high.
Well, we are in the transporter room. It's not site to site in the usual sense because we're on a transporter pad. So beam us directly to the bridge.
Except for Chief Zip.
Yeah.
And
of course.
Mariana.
Of course. Beam the senior staff directly to the bridge.
Vax is making a control. Okay. How many extra dice do you want to have Vax roll? It's difficulty.
What's the difficulty?
Actually,
does he get assisted by?
Are we still at max? Are we at max again?
We're one short.
Yeah, you're up to max. No, Mariana maxed it out.
Yeah. Then I say use 3, 2 extra.
Naturally 2. Oh, you want me to spend 3 to roll 4 dice?
Is the ship
to roll 2 extra? Yeah.
Is the ship assisting?
1 for 1, 2 for the next one.
Is
right?
the ship assisting?
Yes.
Then we only need to add 1.
Go for it. Your input is appreciated. Thank you.
3 dice plus an assist die.
Alrighty. Vax. That's still 3 successes, and the ship. Okay, so not only can he beam all of you bridge officers to the bridge, but Chief Zip, you're in engineering.
Ooh.
So he did 2 simultaneous site-to-site transports to 2 different locations.
Oh, just rocking at their job.
By the way, that's the ship rolling a crit.
So
hey, we got the latest technology for these luxury transporters. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you max out on momentum, and I spent the overflow to do 2 different ones.
Nice. So Captain Roan kisses his hand and then rubs it on the side of the command chair, even with the Gamma officer in the seat. It's like, good girl.
Wait, did you get transported into her lap?
We are in the middle.
No, I'd be beside the command chair.
All right, that is the. That's what you guys are doing. They're coming in and they get the first shot.
So, given that we're at red alert, shields are already up by default.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you guys were able to raise shields.
Evasive maneuvers.
Thank you, Malcolm Reed.
Mm-hmm. Damn right.
They are making. Yeah.
Should I bring up the Final Fantasy combat music?
Oh, God.
I'm working on it.
Oh, come on. Come on. Why does this
Did they miss?
No.
Not only did they miss, they blew up their own ship.
Yes.
No, just nah.
Are they firing weapon ports? Because if it's the new ones, they don't deal any damage unless
you're not a
attack
fighter.
Squadron. That's what I mean. Unless it's a fighter, so they deal no damage.
We're a size 4 hull ship. We should have fighters of our own.
Yeah. Okay. I'll have to figure that one out. But
next time on the Adventures of the
No. They
All right, so our turn.
No, I still got to roll for damage here.
But what about evasive maneuvers as a possibility?
Well, the bridge crew had to do something before we got here.
Yeah, I was
We
gonna say,
saw them coming.
Right?
they saw him coming and continued to play cards. I mean, I'm all for calm under pressure, but that's a little calm under pressure.
That's like chill under pressure.
Mm-hmm. That's like disgrace under pressure.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You guys
Do something.
Should we return fire, Captain?
We shiver
We're not
their
there yet.
No. So you guys.
Time is frozen while he works it out.
Yes. Oh, come on. This should be on the helm reference. That's what it was. Okay. No, so evasive action still increases my difficulty by 1, and I still met that.
Okay.
So that's fine.
Thank you for your cooperation. Good night.
Yes. So I still hit you guys. You guys take. Yes. All right. You guys take 4 shield damage.
Now, was it energy or kinetic?
That was a torpedo.
Okay, so we're knocked about a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Not a ton.
Out of control.
All right.
Ship
Mike.
acting. Ship acting. Shake the camera. Shake the camera.
Everyone lean to the left.
All right. You guys get to decide who's doing what. You are currently at long range.
Long range?
And Nick, I'm saying you as captain are you're also the weapons officer at this point.
Okay. I'm at tactical.
Yeah. Well, you're sitting in the command chair, but you have tactical pulled up.
Right.
Or
well, would I have had? I don't think we would have had the opportunity to take our stations yet. So all the bridge crew would be present, but not at our usual stations.
That's fine.
The other people.
Well, that's a minor action for us.
They slip out while you slip in, kind of thing. All right.
Yeah.
Tawny's the con officer, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tawny, continue evasive maneuvers and fire an antimatter spread. Well, and I'm going to be firing the antimatter spread.
Just so you guys know, you get 1 offensive attack per round.
Mm-hmm.
Firing an antimatter spread is your offensive attack this round.
Give me a second.
Would that not be a defensive attack?
You get 1
proactive.
Sorry, how much? What, Tucker? Power. You have 11 power.
Okay, and how easy is it to get more power?
Not very, but we have like a couple of talents that the Hadfield have.
Who's on internal systems?
Tony, hug the donkey.
Oh God.
That is what was Duvira Mavic. That's our Cardassian ops officer.
Okay, wait, hang on. Oh, okay, never mind. Anybody in main engineering can do internal systems and reduce the difficulty by 1. So Zip is the person who wants to do what I want to do. Cool.
There you go.
Can I go immediately after the captain? There's a way of doing that, right?
Yeah.
Well, technically, you're going to be going before me. By the way,
Why?
The order was. By the way, the order
firing
was
the weapon
given.
should be the last thing, so that we can get all the bonuses to it first.
Right.
Okay.
So
Well,
I gave you
you guys-
the order first, and then was going to proceed to do something. So you go first.
What do you guys want to do? Do you want super offense mode or do you want super defense mode?
Shouldn't we be? Wouldn't we have to split the characters in different ways?
No, trust me. I'm Helm. I can be awesome. Do we want
Well,
offense?
yes, but can we stack? How many offensive things can we stack? Can 4 of us add to the offense of the ship?
All right,
Yeah.
I'll do defense because nobody else can do defense. How's that?
Yeah, I don't think I can do
I'm
defense.
going for the defense.
David.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to do a couple of different things here. So the first thing I'm going to do is evasive action. How much momentum do we have right now?
6.
Full.
Okay. I'm going to do evasive action. I am not going to... Sorry, let me pull up my character sheet here. I am not going to use any momentum. This is daring plus con, so 17.
No. Control con for evasive action.
I don't think so. Hang on.
Daring con is attack pattern.
I'm looking at evasive action on page 222, and it says daring.
My reference sheets say control.
Let me see if there's errata.
Yeah, they've errated it at least 3 times that I'm aware of.
Page 222. All the way back there.
Yeah, that's where starship actions are.
Not
Create.
in the combat zone.
What? This is weird. I don't think I have the latest errata. Okay, who is sure they have the latest version of this book?
Oh, no. This... Okay, hold on. I just got an update. So
I've got daring plus con on mine.
Let me check my latest update. Because the reference stuff was printed before some of the updates.
God, I almost want to re-download.
Daring con is evasive action on my version too.
No, the newest reference has evasive action listed as control con.
The other thing is, here's the thing. Under Helm, it says everything under this is control plus con. But immediately under that, where it says evasive action, it says this is a daring plus con task.
Hang on, here's
Flight
what
control, yeah.
Yeah, here's what it is. It says, unless otherwise noted, these tasks all require control plus con, but it's otherwise noted in evasive action.
Okay.
Right.
Fair enough.
David, do you concur with what you're able to see?
My Helm and navigation reference
Pull up
sheet.
the book, David.
I got, you're not listening, a PDF reference that I got from Modifius that's been updated as of yesterday says control con.
Okay, I didn't realize it was from Modifius. That's the part I wasn't really getting.
Yes.
Okay. Control con. It's only a 1 point difference anyway. It's 16 instead of 17. But, all right.
Assisted by the ship's engines con.
And its difficulty, it's assisted by ship's structure con, and it's difficulty 1.
Correct.
Yeah, it's totally
Okay, so
different.
what's
And has a power requirement.
What's the
And
structure con?
Oh yeah, structure con. Yeah, that's in evasive. Correct. Yeah.
The structure con is 11.
Okay, I got it.
Can we
right
actually save this for later, because this is going to increase our difficulty by 1 as well
Why?
for attacks?
No, only all attacks made by the ship. Okay, by us. Yeah.
Hang on, where?
All attacks
All
against
attacks
the
against
ship
and
and
made
all
by.
attacks made by the ship increase difficulty by 1.
And since they already fired, we don't really need it yet. This exact moment.
Yeah, and honestly, David's already credited us for an evasive maneuvers by the previous con officer, and it didn't matter for that attack.
What?
We'll save that for later.
All right,
You're
okay,
last on the list.
Okay, then I'm just gonna go super offense. That'll be easier because then I'll just do attack pattern, which is definitely daring plus con, right?
Yes, assisted by weapons
Oh,
con.
but that's difficulty
2.
Yes.
Hmm.
And you spend 1 power to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it. Go for it.
You know what? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a hybrid of my previous plan. Here's what we're going to do. Okay.
A hybrid.
Yeah. I'm going to do. All right. I'm going to do an attack pattern. So rolling for that. Assisted by the ship's weapons plus con. Can somebody tell me what that is, David?
It is. What did I say? It's 11.
Okay. What's the ship's con?
2.
Okay. So it doesn't get a red done. Or I don't have a.
Doesn't David roll for the ship?
That doesn't matter.
Doesn't?
Anyone can roll for the ship.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, I have helm operations, so I'm saying I have a specialty. So 3 successes. I'm going to immediately spend 1 of the momentum I would have gained, except not because we're capped, and 1 of the momentum we existing gained to take an additional action, which is going to be evasive action. It'll have its difficulty increased by 1 to 2. So we're going to be at 3 momentum. And I'm going to roll. And you said structure plus con is 11?
Yeah.
Okay. Evasive action, 2 successes, 5 and 14. Oh, sorry, that's 3 successes, actually, because discipline.
You have that focus?
I have helm operations. If evasive action isn't helm operations, then I don't know what is. So the net
if any helm operation is not helm operations. I don't know what is.
I don't know, but my point. Well, it's like I don't like any con roll that's not about the helm. I don't have a focus in. So like I don't know, navigation.
Yeah, fair enough.
So okay. Anyway, the net result of all of the spending and things I just did is. Difficulty to hit us is increased by 1. Our difficulty to hit is it's +1 and then -1, or -1 and then +1, so it cancels out. We spend 2 power and we're down to 4 momentum. No, sorry, actually we're at 6 momentum because we were at gain 1, went to 7, spent 2 to 5, gain 1, so we're at 6. Okay, so basically I just added +1 to our defense.
Okay. And it's lost 2 power.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, so Ta'ani sends us into a barrel roll, and then Captain Common says, Lieutenant Commander Tom Bridge, Senior Chief Petty Officer Zip, emergency power to the engines, please. Do the power restoration action.
So, are we really at 6 momentum now?
Yes.
I didn't know that very well, but it seems a silly amount that we did and did not spend.
Yeah.
It's okay.
So, Zip, here's how power management works. You make a reason engineering roll with a difficulty of 2.
Isn't it the bad guy's turn?
No.
He already did them.
Wait.
He just did them in the 2 seconds it took to talk to Zip.
Oh, don't worry. They're doing stuff, but they're not firing.
Okay.
Because they already fired there once this round.
So we just can't see what they're doing. Okay.
Yes. So reason engineering difficulty 2. On success, you regain 1 power plus 1 power per momentum you spend.
But because he's in main engineering, it's -1 difficulty.
Yep. Accessing these systems is easier from engineering than from anywhere else. They may also handle more complex activities, such as modifications or unusual complex solutions to problems.
Okay. So yeah, difficulty 1.
And we're at max momentum, so if you get extra, spend it on more power.
More power!
Unlimited power!
Is it over 9,000?
What 9,000? That can't be true.
Man, Tawny's getting really into this. I didn't know she was such an exciting person.
No, I'm just.
Yeah. Zip, if you weren't built to restore power, I don't know what you were built for. Oh, maybe to solve engineering crises, but
Okay, I'm betting that he used liquid shorts.
Mm.
Yeah.
oh, his mic,
No, it's not working.
his mic dead.
Ooh.
Well, make a roll and type it into the chat, and somebody will read it. Oh, 15 and 2. That looks like a success. That's 3 successes. So
We get power.
you get 2 power.
Well, we're at max momentum, right? Well, what's his daring plus?
You mean control?
It's-
Reason engineering?
My thing says daring or control plus engineering. Is that wrong too?
Yeah, it's reason.
Jesus. Why did I buy this?
It should have updates.
Whatever.
Anyways, reason engineering. Oh, he doesn't have a focus. That's right. No, so you max out.
Yep.
Alrighty.
So then we get to fire.
Yes, they have closed to medium range at this
Oh,
point.
good. Now it's easier to shoot at them.
So we're at range 2. We can still fire torpedoes safely.
Medium range. You're at medium range. That's the thing in this game.
Oh my god, it really just is 3 range bands, isn't it? So we're at range 2.
No. There's extreme range. That's out of range.
That's range 4.
So that's out of range and we can't shoot, right?
There's certain weapons that work at extreme range.
Long range torpedoes are a thing.
You don't have any of those.
No.
But yeah, you guys can totally shoot. What do you want to shoot?
So try to disable their weapons. Phaser strikes. Rapid
phase.
fire. Just
Sorry, hold on. I just realized my mic was muted. Can you hear me?
Yes.
can hear you now.
Let me scan for weaknesses first.
Scanning
Excellent.
for weaknesses.
That's the only thing I've seen
Love
on this
scanning
entire
for
list that I
weaknesses.
can actually do that contributes.
That's actually
Do
not
it.
true. You can also create an advantage. Anybody can create an advantage at any time, and it's a really cool thing.
Oh, that's apart from all the actions that they say you can do on page 222, and it's in the combat section all the way down in page 300.
Well, commanding
Either
officer
right.
has create advantage.
They're right next to each other in my book, and it says anybody can create.
I have page 222 for scan for weaknesses, and combat is on page 300.
Neither of my create advantage is on 221, and my scan for weaknesses is on 223. Does everybody have a different version of this book?
Yeah, create advantage is the top of 222 for me.
Oh, there's one over there.
Commanding officer finishes off 221.
That only requires me to cycle back to things outside of... Okay, whatever.
Okay, so reason science.
This is the
difficulty
best
3?
system I've ever played with the worst.
Can I do a create advantage?
Who's say
Insight command?
whoever said that? Yes, you can.
Everybody do it.
But that's your turn.
Oh, that's in place of attacking then?
Yes, that's
Okay.
yes, that's an action. What it's meant
then-
for, it's the thing I did in the
System.
robot fight with the tricorder. Remember, it's so that non-combat characters can be useful in combat, basically.
Gotcha.
All
So
right.
basically, me.
So go for it.
I
Yes,
scan
you
for
can say-
weaknesses.
You can
So reason science difficulty 3.
So Emily,
Reason science.
reason science.
I've got control.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Create
All right.
advantage?
Wait, David.
So let me find my number again.
David, I think it's difficulty 2.
Because of
my
Rain Band.
Mine said,
I think we've already established that any debate on what the content is pretty much falls
I've got
to whatever
+1
David
difficulty
has.
for each range category beyond close.
whoa. Okay, no, hold on. The new update has it as control science difficulty 1.
that's what my book said. Ah!
What does it say it does?
You gain piercing 2.
Okay,
Nice.
yeah.
That's what we want.
Further,
you-
if any bonus D20s are purchased.
And you get assisted by sensor security.
That's what I have
Nice. That makes sense too.
That's like stupid good.
This is
Yeah.
cool.
Anyways, you
We have
get a
good security.
David,
Yes.
David.
David.
You know that if
David.
you have a bunch of unique named crew on the ship, they all upgrade scan tokens.
I know.
And we need
Anyways.
multiple scan tokens for this.
And
All right.
you know what? He's Dominion. Of
Heck.
course he works well with scan tokens.
Heck yeah.
Okay,
we
so the
wish we had Vax
Why-
and could
why
spend
don't-
some Gold Press Latinum tokens.
the
Why
ship
don't-
assists you
Why doesn't
when you're all said and done.
Why doesn't Yorban just have his Breen Age show up?
Okay,
I
let's do this. Come on.
I spend the momentum. I get 2 successes and a complication.
Ooh,
Oh.
complications.
I know,
Nice.
right?
So you spend a momentum.
And then plus whatever the ship got us.
Great. The ship got you a success.
Ooh, so we get 1 momentum back.
Yes.
Complication does something about that.
The complication is that you're going to lose
Power.
a shield.
A shield?
Yeah.
For a scan?
It's a high energy sensor sweep. I see what he did there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
I actually rolled an effect die to see how many shields you'd lose.
We only lost 1.
So there was actually a chance you'd lose 0.
It was a disable. It's not a destroy. We can fix this.
Yep.
You absolutely can. But
Exocomp? Oh, that's Hull.
All right. So then who's next? Do we still have someone before firing?
you have Sanvana and the captain.
Sanvana, give us a pep talk.
Give us a pep talk. I don't know. Y'all been talking a lot.
I could have used it earlier before this complication thing.
Come on, attempt to sense the intentions of the opposing crew.
Oh,
Thanks,
God,
man.
like a Troy Nemesis thing?
Ugh.
That'd be good. Let's do that. I'm not gonna...
Okay.
You always got to find some way to get the Betazoid in
You know what I just
combat.
realized?
What?
Regenerating shields in engineering is a difficulty 0 task.
Yep.
Mm.
But
But it takes your action.
Yeah, but still, I mean, but you get 2 shields per success plus 2 per momentum.
How many shields do we have to begin with? Like, this is the first time we've done combat in a while. I'm not even
17.
remember how it works. 17 shields?
Yeah.
Jeez.
You've already lost 5.
I thought we were like a hull 5, 4 shields,
Yeah.
2 agility.
You have rugged design. And you also have multi-layered shielding.
So we could,
Oh, this battle's going to take forever.
we
Oh my
could
God.
literally beat the shit out of a sovereign class.
Not if we're successful at disabling their weapons.
Right. Oh yeah, you were scanning for weaknesses.
Yes.
Back on track, people. Come on.
You definitely find a weak
Found
spot.
weaknesses.
Since your captain's looking for you to disable weapons, you have found the generator for their
Can I find the
EM,
exhaust port?
for their EM pulse.
Ooh.
We're not going for the tailpipe. Nice.
Ugh. Can we
Uh,
pretend that line doesn't exist?
Like Vax has kind of been working with you because he knows a bit about the power signatures of the EM pulse. So he's given you enough of a head start, and so once you get that scan in, you go, that got it.
That's the thing. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Light it up.
So, Sanvana, you need a insight security roll for this.
Okay. My insight's high, and my security's only at 2, so we'll see how it goes.
You're still hitting on 13.
Okay.
This is difficulty 2. Would you like to buy more dice?
Guys, what do you think?
Buy a die.
Buy a die?
Go for it.
All right.
We got the momentum to spare for sure.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
What did I say? Insight security. Oh, that's fun. That's 3 successes.
Yes.
I love seeing the Starfleet symbol.
Momentum.
So you actually get a sense of Brasha, and you go, you realize that she's here, she's hostile because she came in with her shields up, but nobody's actually hailed her, and she might be willing to talk because she is a Ferengi after all. She's always ready to listen and negotiate, but you kind of get the sense that maybe she's just itching for a little bit of a fight, and then she's probably up to talking. Like at this point, she just kind of wants to spar for a little bit, and then she's good. Like she is definitely not here to fight to the death.
Okay.
Today is not a good day to die.
So, Captain, it seems like they're out for a little bit of a pissing match. I don't think that they're here to get themselves killed.
As I suspected for a Ferengi.
If we could just hit her hard enough so that she's knocked back, she might be willing to talk.
Take the wind out of her sails.
Yes, exactly.
Indeed. Let's give her. So, energy weapons. Targeting their weapons. Unless there's any variants, that'd be what? Control security assisted by the ship's weapons and security?
Yes.
All right, so I'll spend a momentum to get an extra die.
Charge the photonic cannon.
Okay, hang on. So the interesting
don't
thing
speak
about
of it.
scan for weaknesses, at least according to my rulebook, is for each extra die we buy, it inflicts +1 damage.
So feel free to buy all the dice you want. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's
I
buy
think-
a fourth or a second additional die.
Yeah.
Roll 4. Okay.
Can you determination this for another one?
Move.
You could, but then the buying is spend 2, spend 3.
But
Yeah.
can't we give David a threat for an additional die?
No,
At this point, it would be 3 threats still.
Oh,
Because
right.
the cost
I
of the
forget that's
die
not-
you get still has the same cost. It's just
Right.
depending on what your currency you're spending.
Right.
Yes.
I keep forgetting this.
It's all right. We're good with 4, and because we got a 5th from the computer, right?
Don't abuse the system.
No.
Oh, please don't tell that to Tucker.
Min max.
That's his
Break,
full
like
fun.
bend the system. Don't break the system.
But David,
That's what he.
I feel inadequate if my character's not good at absolutely everything.
All right. So
You're
I've got
emotionally
3d20s,
deficient.
So I'm gonna be re-rolling one of them.
Oh, I'll roll for the ship.
Okay. I got a 20,
Yes.
an 8, a 12,
Reroll
and
the 20.
another 20.
Jesus, dude.
Do you have a re-rolling thing or a combat talent that lets you re-roll stuff?
I don't believe anything I have would be relevant there.
Only if he. No. If you bought with threat, you would have had bold command, but you're using security. So.
I have bold command.
Right, but
this is
bold
not a
only
command.
works, and this is a
okay.
command, and bold only works when you buy with threat.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
So we have a success with an extra damage, with 2 extra damage, don't we? Or is it only if you get 2?
How many total successes did you have?
1.
I thought you had 2.
The other one was still over my number.
What?
Oh, your
what
number
is
isn't as
My
good as
control
yours.
security is only a 10.
Why are you shooting?
Because David said he was
David said
shooting.
I was at tactical, or I was running tactical.
My control is better than your control plus shooting.
Apparently, the Gamma Shift tactical officer died. I don't know.
I'm going by what David told me.
I mean, you always have the ability to order somebody else to fire, but
I was going based on what you said. Otherwise, I would have definitely gone that route.
I didn't realize your control security was that bad.
He does one thing. He tells other people what to do.
Right? So I'm
He
taking
also
a threat.
sciences.
I'm taking a threat for David, like for me from David, which I will use at a later date.
Okay.
This isn't in game. This is an out of game. I'm using this threat against you, David, on the next episode of the Shipyard.
That sounds like a
Yep.
You still hit them. I just have 2 complications to work out.
well,
That's fair.
Wait.
I like when complications happen because it makes things interesting.
Also, we could spend momentum to negate them if they're too
But we could
Right.
also spend momentum to do a bunch of extra damage, right?
Well, we already have some extra damage.
Well, let's see what David says happens first.
Yes, exactly.
Well,
Moving forward.
okay, so you have hit. Now you have to roll for damage.
Okay.
So you need 7d6
Okay,
Plus
I
the bonus
have-
dice.
plus your security, which is 2, so 9.
Wow, you
90.
should not be firing.
Okay. I
9.
have 6. I will be re-rolling 3.
Wait,
So
hang
I will
on. Does that include the 2 bonus dice we got for buying dice?
No. So
11?
11.
And how does the piercing 2 work?
2 resistance are ignored.
Okay.
All right,
So I got all of that calculated.
All right, I will read out the results.
Yep.
Nick is the master, or sorry, Dave is the master of math.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 5, 5, 6.
Hold on.
I got it in the chat, David.
1, 2, 3, 5, 5, 6. Got it.
3, 4, 4, 4, 6.
Wow, that was awful.
That was awful.
That was terrible, yeah. So we've got 1, 2, 5, 5, 6. 6 is the relevant ones, right?
Yep.
So that's
You have 7 damage. But you ignored 2 resistance.
7 damage actually is statistically average for 11 dice rolled.
There you go.
Yes, but since when have evade dice ever rolled well? I mean, D6s. Darn it. Those stupid evade dice and cloak and rolling nothing. Blowing up my Valdor.
Oh. Why you don't like cooking? Because you're bitter about your Valdor being blown up that one time?
It wasn't one time. It's every time.
It was all the times. All right, so give it a targeted strike on a weak point with penetration.
Well, that's what the penetration was for.
Their
Their
shields are they're down to about half shields.
Oh, sweet. That's actually a pretty good hit, then.
That's a really good Ferengi vessel, because generic Ferengi vessels only have 2 shields.
I see what you did there.
And they're expensive
why
as
we
hell.
don't
16 points for that thing? Jeez.
Hey, the new ones are super cheap.
16.
They got a discount on.
Or is there another one that I haven't seen yet?
No, 16's cheap for a 3142.
You get a 4132 for a 13 in the Klingons.
Yes, well, that was a mistake, and this game is going off the rails, but that's a different topic.
Wait, this game or that game?
Yes.
Yes.
Come on. And I respond by saying yes.
I accept that.
I like how all of the podcasters for Attack Wing just go, yes.
Yes.
I
Like-
accept your reality and do not substitute my own.
Like, we
as
can
they
read
are
the
same.
writing on the wall here. It's like, yes, it's going off the rails, but you know what? It's going to be one hell of a ride while it's going.
This is going to be Enterprise Season 4 all over again.
Which was
I
not
loved Season
terrible.
4. No, oh wait, Season 4 was arguably the best because of how it all went down with the multi-parters and everything. It was a powerful season.
It depends on
And then there was the last episode.
What last episode?
Terra
Doesn't exist.
Prime was fantastic.
The
Terra
second to last
Prime-
episode of the season
Terra
is
Prime-
the last episode.
Terra Prime was the last episode of Enterprise, and nobody can convince me otherwise.
Agreed. Hail.
Hey, look, these are the
Just like
Voyages
Worf.
was a really bad episode of Next Generation.
Which one?
And that's literally what it was.
These are the Voyages.
Okay, so Ida hasn't actually seen the end of Enterprise, and she's in the room, so let's not talk about that.
Okay, that's fine.
And no details.
I'm
other
just
than our
saying,
opinions.
really bad episode of Next Generation.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yep.
We've got combat to get to. Let's shoot Brasha.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's shoot some things because some of us have to take
Okay.
the dog out eventually.
Okay, Brasha. So Brasha's now hailing you.
On screen.
Oh, must we really?
Captain Ron.
Hey, I didn't open up the hailing frequency yet. I'm on the comm here. Now I open the hailing frequency.
Captain Ron. I love a good sparring match with you. A pity I didn't get to use my EM pulse this time.
God, you sound like Robert.
You
I
can't
feel
always
bad for
get what you
Robert now.
want. But if you try sometimes, you find you get what you need.
Well, I did get to use it last time.
Indeed.
I,
What
I-
business do you have for us, Brasha?
my crew was bored.
Well,
Wait,
if your crew is still bored, we do have holodecks on board our ship.
Captain, I cannot recommend that we activate the holodeck.
That's why I brought it up.
I just thought, a little light shooting, real quick, just the shields, no permanent damage to either ship, and then we could go on our merry way.
Quick interruption. Did we determine what the two complications were?
No, don't tell him.
I think it might be relevant for this conversation, so if we could determine that, I would appreciate it.
We'll just we'll say that
Well, this is stowaway.
Okay, back on then.
you have some some additional
no permanent
power
damage.
Drain. You have some power drain.
The replicators
Hey,
are now
roll your
producing
pendulum.
Quark's Emporium mugs. I call that permanent damage.
Yep.
Damage to my ears. If I have to hear that Quark's fun song one more time, I'm sending the lot over to your ship at 3 points above cost, and you will pay for them.
Oh, quarter walls and all.
That does not sound like a good deal.
No. So next time you decide to fire on my vessel, perhaps you will consider that before.
Can we just call it payback for you broadcasting your crew singing earlier?
No, I think you could be a little more creative in a payback with that, Brasha. I think you are an intelligent person.
But that water singing damaged my lobes.
You
I will
didn't
have you
to
know, my
listen.
species is very well attuned to the harmonic scales with these ears. Thank you very much.
Aren't the water deaf?
No,
Or is it-
we're blind.
You're
Get
blind.
it right.
Well, is there really a difference?
Yes. It's different parts of the body.
You're deficient. Does it really
Anyway,
matter at that point?
everyone, Brasha, what business do you have for us today? How may we profit from this interaction?
Does everything have to have profit in it?
Absolutely.
Excuse me.
Be
That
it
gets a
financial,
highly read
intellectual, or
double
otherwise.
eyebrow.
We can just call this a battle drill. Maybe that is profit enough.
Well, then I do hope you have learned something today.
You and your ship have superior firepower. Next time I bring backup.
Bjorn has a big smile on his face.
Good day to you, Brasha.
And to
Until
you,
next time.
and to you, Captain. And mark my words, there will be a next time.
Ominous.
Of that I have no doubt.
Dun, dun, dun.
They don't call me recurring for nothing.
Oh, for God's sake.
Cut
Russia
transmission.
the fourth wall breaker.
Captain to engineering. Zip. Is microphone still out?
Is Brasha off, Khan?
Yes, Brosh is off con.
I immediately start scanning the internals of the ship to make sure they didn't end up planting something on us somehow.
Interesting you say that, because my conversation with Zip is going to go something along these lines. Zip, can you prepare a device that we can attach to a torpedo, so next time we get into an engagement with Brasha, we can plant a tracking device on her hull?
He can definitely do that. It's going to take some finagling, but
We got time.
I do believe we should have the time between now and our next encounter.
oh, one would think.
Please set that as your side project and keep me updated on its progress.
Along with hull plating for the
Yes.
EM pulse.
And as always, I expect a backup. So if need be, we have a second.
The anti-Fred rule.
Exactly.
The Fred rule.
I'm so glad we planned for that.
What?
That's now your standard operating procedure whenever possible.
So, based on the captain's test, we had bioships, and he was going to beam torpedoes over to the bioships, and he had one, and Fred kind of like tossed it, and
Hacky sack
hacky sack
onto the
style.
transporter pad.
Yeah. So it's now called the Fred rule. When in doubt, make
Yeah.
two.
With style.
Yeah.
So, all right.
We should call it Roan's Law.
Are you fucking kidding? It's 10:30 at night and the people above us are vacuuming.
On a Friday
It is
night.
Friday night. Friday night 11 is more the general cutoff.
I guess.
Yeah. I hear you.
All right.
But we
Well-
don't hear them, thankfully.
I think we can call it there.
That sounds fine to me.
Now John's back.
Oh,
Hey,
now I am?
Ah,
You can hear
I
me?
thought- yeah.
hey.
Okay, so real quick before we go out, I burst onto the bridge and I go, everyone, I figured it out. The ship's dentist left the gas on by accident. We've been breathing nitrous for 7 straight weeks.
I was thinking that earlier, actually. Oh, that must have been a slow leak, or we'd be dead.
Was it Fred? Did Fred
It
have
better
anything
not
to
have
do
been.
with this?
I don't know, but the dentist
Captain
Fred
is
might be
sick
getting some
bay.
help pretty soon.
Dr. Gill,
So,
is this your idea?
so hang on a sec. I need to look something up because I think I might have a pretty great ending to this.
Okay.
Look, Vortas are immune to most poisons. I think I could take aerial poisons as well.
So Ta'ani sort of stares into space, looks down, slowly turns to the captain and says, "Captain, I regret to say that despite the counselor orders, I was taking my nasal analgesics. If I had not been I might have detected the scent of nitrous earlier.
I knew you weren't following my orders.
Place yourself on a personal reprimand, not to go in record, just for yourself.
Yes, sir.
Full circle. That's how we roll.
Nice one. Thanks for a blast, everyone. This was a great night. Great session.
All right. Hopefully next time, February 16th, we'll be on Bajor. Craig.
With a Bajorn.
I may be late. I am going to be out of town for the next 4 to 6 weeks, starting on the 13th. I am able to bring certain things with me, like iPad, phone, PlayStation, such and such. So, if at all possible, I will be present.
Okay.
But I will be working longer hours. I don't know how much.
Understand.
And not at the tactical station.
No.
Yes. Well, it's the bad part about our tactical officer and our first officer, who's a tactical specialist, being away. The first officer being still on assignment.
I thought Tani was first officer.
Yeah.
No, Tess is still the first officer. Tani's just an acting first officer.
Oh, Tess is
Correct.
still
Reminding me of that literally all the time.
Tess is off with Shelby, isn't she? Or is she kidnapped? I forget.
So it was the Cardassian
Yeah.
came to the ship. Tess went with him on orders
Right.
from Shelby.
Oh, right.
Right.
She's been recruited by Section 31. Or whatnot. Not actual 31, but, you know.
Murmur.
I mean, I don't know anything about that. Why would Avorta know anything about Section 31?
Have we heard from Agent Drake, anyone?
Oh, one last thing. Nemo jumps onto the console next to Vax and purrs.
I'm going to say, is that a cat?
Yeah,
Sounds like a cat.
Vax sitting in the transporter room picks up his cat and gently pets it.
Oh.
Yorin,
Everything according to plan.
Yorin looks longingly at the sombrero underneath his station.
Oh.
They're like, oh,
Is that
better
really where I keep
days.
it? Cool. Well, we probably had a party on the bridge in the 3 weeks prior.
Or 7 weeks prior.
Yeah.
Yeah, no
That.
kidding. Good one.
See, the nice thing with, a campaign like this is I can skip as much time as I want.
Mm-hmm.
So
Time is relative.
You've got a time turner. You can go any which way you want.
Yep, it works great. So
A time turner the size of a warp core.
ooh,
Oh,
that's
dear.
that's really big.
Yes.
All right,
is. I'm
guys.
glad
I
you
need
noticed.
to head out. I have
All
a
right.
tiny here who really needs to go outside, and he's very upset with me.
Oh, I heard him
Aw.
shaking so cute.
He's
Have
like,
a
"Hey,
great night.
Thank you. Have fun. Give him extra snuggles.
I will. Bye, guys."
Bye.
Bye.